SB on site. Yeah. We about to do it to y'all. Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go.
We came to blow your mind.
One time, 2 times, 3 times. Yeah.
We came to blow your mind.
3 times, 2 times, 1 time. Yeah. What's good, people? What's good?
What's up, my brother?
What's up, Quez? How you doing?
Hey, man, I am ready. We here. The after party is live today.
The after party is official. We here. We are right here. Man, first off to the people, I had to apologize yesterday. So what had happened was when I got home, I was still on my mobile hotspot Wi-Fi, because I do some stuff when I'm outside of, the house, whatever. So when I got home, it didn't automatically connect. So I had to reconnect everything with the Wi-Fi and boom. So I got it up and popping, but it was a little bit too late. It was already messy. The energy was off. So I think we owed you guys an after party.
Most definitely. Definitely. I can't wait for today's participants.
I'm waiting for folks to get in here. There was a lot that's been said yesterday, and there were some things that we didn't really get a chance to touch on because of time constraints. But we are here. So for those who want to come on, we sent the link. You know what I'm saying? And actually, I'm getting ready to put the link in the Facebook. So if you guys want to come on and participate, you guys can come on. And Quez, hit them with the rules for a minute, or just hit them with some banter.
I got you. Hey, listen, man. This is a cooperative space. So if you come on here, please have your camera on. Please have good connection to Wi-Fi, even though sometimes the hosts don't. And make sure we try to keep it respectful. We don't want a sailor party. You know what I mean? Have some facts to your comments. Don't just come up here spewing rhetoric with no real foundation or basis. And whoever, get off where you're mad at. That's my advice for today. Get off where you're mad at. If you got an issue with somebody saying on here, reach out to them directly. Call they bluff on screen. But if you do come on screen, make sure you got your camera on. Make sure you got your, you know what I'm saying, you ready to talk. Make sure the background noise is down. Because we don't want to hear your kids running around, even though mine are. But I just lock the door and kick them out. So those are the rules for today and every day forward.
Also, make sure you guys hit the like, share button. If you guys are on YouTube, make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification button. So every time that we come on, you get notified. You ain't gotta be wondering like, hey, where's it at? You get notified automatically. Yes. Again, we're taking this to different levels. We have the potential to be worldwide. I have a worldwide friends list. I have a worldwide friends list on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. So remember, you always want to put your best representation of yourself because you don't know who is watching. And also, respect the host. I got to put that out there. If I'm telling you to chill out and you're over talking me, there's a problem. I got a mic. Quez got a mic. If you're over talking one of us, then it's definitely a problem. So if we're telling you to chill, it's not that we're picking on you directly. It's just that, hey, we're not trying to look ignorant and childish. Poor quality.
Favorite word. We don't want to experience none of the negativity.
Man, you all right?
We're trying to run a production here, man. We trying to keep it professional. Even though we know a lot of times debates get a little heated, you know what I mean? But we still try to keep it on a level to where everybody can gather something if they pop in here and just get to looking and let them choose their side. But we should never be on here screaming and hollering and getting in our feelings about whatever the topic at hand is. So What's up, my dudes?
Hey, Mama Tucker, how you doing? So we will be bringing Tisha to the stage. Tisha, how are you?
What
Good.
up?
How are y'all
This
doing?
Good, good.
Good to
We're
see
waiting on
y'all.
MC Toes and Queen D to get up in here, but in the time being, I think we can do with just us, and we can pop off with some of the topics.
All right, let's do it.
Hey, let's get it popping. You understand?
All right, Quez, you already know what to do.
Hey, a third, what's the word? You just saved Tisha. I'm gonna let you know.
Good.
How'd I say?
How was that?
I was finna get her. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
Lord.
Go ahead. What's the third? What's the word?
Who is he gonna get her? Oh man, I gotta hear this one.
Probably about my food or something. I don't know. It's always about my cooking, my vegetarianism.
I don't want to single you out, and
But
you.
y'all always do, so I'm used to it.
I don't want to attack you,
It's all
like
good.
you attack them leaves, but
I wasn't even finna do all that.
let me stop. So third's word for the day, or third's words is one of them is something I think that we should carry on with into 2024, and it's called humility. Humility is a modest or low view of one's importance, humbleness.
Well,
And if you need an example, he needs the humility to accept their way, or no, he needs to accept the humility to. He needs the humility to accept that their way may be better. So it's similar words: modesty, humbleness, modestness, meekness, lack of pride. So with that being said, it's humility. So knowing that you do have importance of yourself, but know that you're not one above anybody else. We're all the same. We all bleed the same. Also, again, if it's the thing about being humble. If you commit a wrong, just know that you're wrong, and you can accept that and just like, what, I played my part into this disagreement or into this argument. I apologize. You seek forgiveness, and then you let it be. But never put yourself above reproach, thinking that you're just you can't do no wrong, that nothing is, you can't do anything, or it's everybody against you, whatever. You have to be humble enough to ask yourself, okay, is this something that I partaken in, or is this something that really actually happened to me? And sometimes it's a matter of just being a bigger person, but just say sorry. Sometimes it's a matter of just saying sorry and apologizing and seeking forgiveness. But just staying humble and just having some humility about yourself, and just know that like you're not above nothing or no one, especially to be corrected.
And sometimes you just gotta say sorry to end the debate because the conversation's going nowhere. You know what? I apologize for not understanding your point.
I apologize to no one.
We know.
hey, Melvin.
What up? What's up?
MC Toes in the house.
What's up, brother?
What's good? What's good?
Man, we in here another day, another dollar, man. Hey, there she go.
D,
Hey,
how you
D.
doing?
Hello, how are you guys doing?
What's going
Good.
on?
Good.
Maintaining and doing my thing. So welcome to the Drop Your 3 Cent after party. You know what I'm saying? So again, this is a no holds bar. This show actually, we might go be a little unconventional. We can probably be a little ratchet. We can say how we want, how we feel with this one. We're gonna be a little informal. Just have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? Be respectful, but have fun. We have issues, and we're gonna leave it right here on the floor and still love each other afterwards. But yesterday there were some topics that got brought up. They got heated, so we're gonna revisit a few of them. Again, it's my bad because my connection was completely off. I was using my cell phone connection, and it was not the business. So I was sounding like Kanye. I was sounding like Melvin up in here. All black,
Man,
like Teddy Riley.
Yeah, you got those AOL minutes still, so
Using that McDonald's Wi-Fi.
Hey, y'all gonna stop attacking McDonald's, damn it.
using this AOL minutes.
Big Mac didn't save my hunger pains a few times.
Mhm.
All right, so where do we want to leave off at? I'm gonna leave this up to y'all. Where do we want to pick up at from yesterday? Or we had a few topics that we could talk about. We could talk about Jonathan Majors. We could talk about interracial relationships. We could talk about TD Jakes, even though I think that whole thing is cap. There's a Kanye West rant.
Kanye.
Yeah, let's start with Kanye because we didn't touch on that.
Oh gosh.
This would be.
I need to
we're gonna
see
take
it.
a vote. We're gonna take a vote. So we have Quez for Kanye.
I second Quez.
Oh, Cheryl saying TD Jakes. Letitia.
Cheryl coming on.
You know what, Cheryl?
We need
Cheryl.
We might need to start with her comment because I was
Right.
watching.
You know what?
Yeah, I was watching.
What was
the
her
live,
comment?
and
What was
So,
her comment?
I'm gonna have to pull rank a little bit, and we're gonna go into interracial relationships.
no longer in the box.
I'm sorry,
He
D.
said,
I'm sorry,
he said,
Tisha.
Okay.
fuck the
That's fine with
democracy.
me. Go
No,
right
it's
ahead.
cool.
I'm sorry, D. I'm
It's
sorry,
cool.
Tisha, because she said something yesterday that had me scratching my head as I was trying to pour my Fruity Pebbles. I was over here like, what in the world did that mean? And I need some
Right.
elaboration, you know?
I definitely need clarification on that one.
Yep, need some
So-
clarity.
So for those that missed it, yesterday, Cheryl had made the comment stating that, I'm paraphrasing. So Cheryl, you can correct me. So again, I'm not attacking. We're all family here.
I
So
love it.
So Cheryl had made the comment saying that as far as interracial dating or marriages go, that she would be okay for her daughter to bring home a white man, but her son cannot bring home a white woman. And I didn't understand that one. I didn't understand the logic behind that. So I hope that you got your Wi-Fi popping. You know what I'm saying? You got the bonnet off. You know what I'm saying? And maybe you can come on and maybe, verbalize your viewpoint. So maybe we can kind of understand it, because I don't understand that it's a double standard. It's an oxymoron. Regardless, if you had a daughter or a son, you're going to have mixed babies.
Nicole Heyman came in and said she understands it. One of y'all got to come on.
Yeah.
Nicole,
peace.
So that's 19-year-old. 19-year-old, how does that make sense? Or
19?
No, she's not, but she looks 19. It's an inside joke. That's my homegirl.
Okay. Hey, you gotta let us, bro, we all here with you. You can't just hit us with inside jokes and we watch it with you.
We just looking like
Wow, she 19. Okay. What Third been doing? How long you been knowing her?
Right.
I do not have bail. Yep, I do not have bail money.
Yep. No wonder he was defending R. Kelly.
You and your penny-sized mole leave R. Kelly alone. Funky wrong with you. I was just singing one of his songs today, wondering why are we canceling this dude.
I still play his music, so you can come for me if you want to. I still play his music.
Y'all can come for me. Man, Kel's got the hits, man.
Yep.
I know you feel me.
No, there's nothing wrong with listening to his music. You like his music, but doesn't mean he's a good human being.
Agree.
I don't agree.
Hey, Denisha said Robert did that stuff, not R. Kelly.
Okay.
Oh, that's the best. That's the best.
It was all Robert.
Okay, let's get that clear.
Let me see if I can read this. That white man is going to respect her and the kids. However, the white can't even comb my grandbaby hair. LOL. White people.
Wow.
Wow. That's what
Wow.
we go with. Is that what we go with?
Shut up. Shut up. Nicole said, I don't know how to respond.
Crazy. The voice is what made it funny. I'm sorry.
White women weaponize their tears. White men can't. But what's the difference? I mean, again, so your child, your offspring is bringing home someone outside of the race. So, I mean, I don't understand that. So, 19-year-old, I hit the link in the comments. You can come on and you can be a guest. However you want to try to break it down, Cheryl, you can break it down. I can send you the link because I really need. Do you guys understand this? No. Anybody on the panel?
I think I do.
That's why we
but
invite
I
y'all
can't
on.
speak
We
for
want
their
you to
for their
click the link so you
opinion.
can come up here.
I know D, but try to break it down how maybe you think that, and
How
maybe they might agree.
How I think they might do it is because you really don't see. I have never heard of any white man mistreating a black woman. I've always seen them treat them with respect. I mean, but when it okay, here y'all go.
Where's he going?
No.
Y'all can do
Where's
that if
he
y'all want
going?
to. Find his
Ain't no
mind.
y'all. Quest walked off.
No. D, finish. I'm sorry.
He about to find his mind. Did you find it?
Because he just lost it. Yeah, he just lost
he
his
lost
shit.
it. That happens. We understand.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So I'm
Let
thinking
you finish.
I'm sorry,
it
D.
might be an issue with that. We've never seen nothing aspects. The men that I've seen, I can only say that. But I mean, as far as we see so much continuously with the issue with the white woman and the black man with problems. And that's probably why they're saying that, is because they're so quick to put these black men in jail or get them hemmed up. But you have not seen it happen with a white man. So maybe that is probably, and I'm only saying probably,
Right.
is the reason. She just sent something. Is that kind of close to it, Cheryl?
She said, but seriously, I raised her to bring home a white boy.
Oh. Well, I can't speak.
Oh, I can't speak on that.
But I ain't mad at you.
I almost choked.
I
choked. I
didn't mean to be disrespectful if y'all took it as such. I was just flabbergasted at the fact that we haven't seen white men do anything remotely irresponsible.
I said it's possibly because it hasn't been in the news to where we've seen it as much as we see as with them. I'm only saying hypothetically.
No, I got you.
The reason.
Yeah, I can understand that point because we do see a lot of
it may not
the
be
other way
televised,
around.
but just the thought of it was.
But it happens.
Jessica Lynn says Tamar Braxton's man is white, and I feel he's just embarrassing her.
Yeah,
facts.
I believe that.
We're gonna pin that one, Jessica. Right on.
See that, and I'm glad you said that, Cheryl, because that's where I was headed with this. If we're gonna talk about the progenitors,
she said, "Now I do worry about white male serial killers."
If we are gonna talk about the progenitors of sexual violence, what comes to my mind is a white man. I'm sorry. When we talk about sexual violence, whether it be, you know what I'm saying,
and domestic.
Yeah,
I know people don't like statistics. Hold on a second, Quest. I know people don't like statistics, but statistics show that white men are more prone to like crimes as far as like assault, abuse, sexual abuse. Like it's the white men actually have higher numbers in that. But go ahead, Quest. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, I'm just saying, we can't pretend like this didn't all start at a point that it started from, in the violence and in the misogyny and mistreatment of black women didn't start with us. That's all I'm saying. It didn't start with us. It's a learned behavior now. You know what I'm saying? I will give y'all that. Now we have taken the forefront in terms of issuing that learned behavior onto our sisters, but we didn't start out that way. We learned that from someone.
Yeah, but at what point do we stop doing it? That's the real question. I'm not disagreeing.
Okay,
no,
bro. I gave you yesterday.
I agree with you. I said I agree with.
I agree with you.
I agree with you. But my point is, like, I'm just thinking, like, yeah, it started somewhere, obviously, but like, when do we take the responsibility out of pointing fingers to everybody else and like? It's how we raise our own kids, and that's how they're responsible. I agree with you 100%, but I'm like, yeah, it's the culture that needs to have a shift, because if all we see and is all that's portrayed and all the influencers that are out are doing basketball wives and all this craziness, but that's not really reflected in the true culture, then it's upon us as parents to teach the real culture and the real family bond and the real structure, and not keep up with the Kardashians or, like I said, basketball wise or any of that. So, but I agree with you. But the toxicity has to stop somewhere, and
Exactly.
that's all.
I got you.
No,
We're
hold
on
on.
the same
No,
page.
no. Kendra said she's responding to Jessica. He's not embarrassing Tamar. Tamar is embarrassing herself. I don't know what's going on between Tamar and her white knight.
I
But
don't keep up with them.
Oh yeah, he took another chick to the movies or something. I don't.
It was
Took her to a
Tommy.
basketball game or something. Yeah, took her to a. Was it a basketball game?
Denisha, you can
Yeah,
get
basketball
on if you
game.
want.
yes, please, Denisha, hop on with your camera.
But it
She
was
yelling at me in the
Tommy
back.
did it on
No,
purpose
nigga,
to
no.
dig back at Tamar. It was all
I
a
agree
joke.
with you. Yep, I agree with you. Mm-hmm.
And
It was definitely done.
She just admitted to all that and explained it on Jason Lee. Just
You know what?
day.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did. I did watch that.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to catch up on that one, but I mean,
I'll send it to you. You know, I stay up with the ratchet stuff.
Word. but it just goes to show. I mean, nobody's above humility. No one races above another as far as like fuckboy shit. So if he's doing fuckboy shit, then I mean, it's not to say that because he's white then he's treating her better. Obviously, he's doing some fuckboy shit too. So I mean, fuckboys can come in all shapes, sizes, races.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean,
so you should be equally. If you're worried, you should be equally worried for your son and your daughter.
Yeah.
If the character of the person is horrible, you should be worried, regardless of what nationality, what race that person is.
But the thing I'm disgusted with the statement, and maybe you can reframe it back a bit, is where you say you trained your daughter to bring home a white boy. Like, how?
Yeah, what is that? Yeah, why? What does that mean?
My personal opinion, and it's not an attack, which is how I feel. To me, that's like some self-hatred type shit. How are you going to sit there and train her to bring home a white man? You know what I'm saying? Like, as opposed to this black guy, pretty much putting down the rest of the black men, saying that, hey, they're this and they're this and they're that. So go get you a white savior. Again, we're just stating right now that, fuckboys come in all shapes, sizes, and the creeds. So to sit there and subject it to that, I mean, it's just as bad as like, black men saying that, hey, I don't date black women. I only date white women. Or I only date Asian women. I only date Mexican women. I mean, shit. You came out of a black nutsack. So in order to say something negative about that, you're putting down black men.
Yeah.
Well, I'm playing devil's advocate.
Of course. Go ahead.
The reason could be like I said in a previous podcast, like for herself, I'm just using an example, like for herself, maybe she had bad experiences with black men, and so she wants to not continue that experience. Sometimes people's life experience dictates.
I'm gonna play mole advocate. When are we gonna start using that as a cop out and as an excuse? Just because, again, we're talking about humility, we're talking about accountability. When are you going to stop blaming other people for your fucking choices? If you chose fuckboy right here and you keep fucking with the same type of fuckboy type niggas, then no, it's not the fuckboys that are the problem. It's you choosing the fuckboys that are the problem. Well,
of course.
You can go with Black Urkel, and Black Urkel might treat you better. Or you can go with non-thug boy over here and he can treat you better. But you keep choosing the same type of fuckboy.
You better stand up for that one.
At what point? It's not like, okay, now I have the same mentality as when I was 20, as I was 40. You didn't have the same wisdom to understand, oh, I'm really fucked up. I'm broken right now. So until you figure out that you're broken and you need to be healed, then you're not going to change that mentality that you have, because you don't know what you don't know.
But
somebody read the comment.
I've been read it. That's why I didn't even.
Here's my reasoning. For her best future, white can be an upgrade.
Oh, I don't know.
Not necessarily true. Not necessarily true.
We need to stop that today.
Not necessarily true. From a person who has dated.
Hey. I know you guys are passionate about this, but one at a time.
But that's her opinion, her preference.
That's
right. And that's.
Is it not?
That's how she raised
her. That's fine, but
I see D advocate over here. You're right.
But I just don't want that to be put out there to make it seem like that's 100% true. I've dated outside of my race, and a white person did not upgrade me at all. it was a physically abusive relationship. Not saying that all white people that you date is going to be that way, but I think you should still be you should be equally cautious, regardless of what nationality your child is dating, of those possibilities. That's my thing. When it comes to I only date this race because this race has dogged me out, you're putting everybody in a box to where you're not going to be open to talk to anybody else because you're assuming that this person is going to be that way. That's where my issue is with that. Not all black people, not all black men are thieves and beating up on their women and doing all that. Not all white men are going to make the black woman feel like a queen and do everything that she wants to have done, because that's not true either. Like, you have to be, to me, it's a little unrealistic to think that whatever white man your child or whoever is going to be with is just going to be 100% upgrade and her life is just going to be like she's Cinderella. It's not going to be that way.
But that goes to my point yesterday, that it goes down to the person and the way they were raised, not necessarily the race. Because you can get with a Future who brings down black culture by dogging Russell Wilson, even though he's taking care of his kid, or it could be both ways. You never know what you're going to be, what you're getting, unless that person, it's the individual, not necessarily the race. And so when we talk about black culture, Future is one of the most popular, and we see how he dogs Sierra, and nobody says anything about it. No, he still gets everybody I like his music.
That's where you're wrong. People say something about that,
but we still bump his music, and we don't give a fuck about the image and the influence that he's pushing. We bump his music all the fucking time, and we see what he does and how he puts down.
To R. Kelly.
Yeah, exactly.
And white people still listen to Elvis. You know what I'm saying? So what are we talking about here?
The difference
has nothing to do with his personal.
The difference is Elvis, like they could deny Elvis was a pedophile or whatever.
How?
But they do. But we can't defend ourselves when it's a whole culture of, like you just said, putting down black. We put down black women, but then we say they're black queens. No, not you necessarily, but I'm saying, well, we put down black women, and then we say, oh, black women are queens, and then we put Future on a pedestal, but then we bash other black artists.
Melvin, what's my wife's name?
She's black. I know. If that's what you were gonna, if that was you gonna allude to.
What?
I thought you were gonna allude to. Is she black or not?
No.
Oh.
She's black. I know. What the fuck do anything?
I thought that's what you were gonna allude to. Like, what's my wife's name? You know she black. Come on now.
No.
Oh, my bad.
I'm gonna allude to the fact that most people don't know my wife's name. Well, if you don't know her personally, because what do I refer to her as?
Oh, Queen.
And yeah, we know how. Well, I know her name.
I'm the exception to the rule, though.
Yeah,
and I know that.
Exactly. That's why, like you said yesterday. Like you said yesterday, we're not necessarily talking about this group, but for the audience perspective, we put down at the same time we're putting down somebody, but then we lift them up, and it's like, okay, well, where did we get from there? Like, when is it okay to say, yeah, we have to fucking stop that? We have to stop glorifying these influencers and stop glorifying these reality shows that just continue to perpetuate the cycle of bullshit.
Every learned behavior starts at the home.
Yep. And that's what it goes back to. That's what it goes back to.
If you think a white woman or a white man is going to save you and give you a leg up in the competition, that's a learned behavior. You didn't come out the womb thinking that, because you look at your black mama or you look at your black father all day, and those are the people who save you.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? It's not same thing with racism. Racism isn't it an innate thought process? You have to learn that shit at your house.
Yeah.
And then you have to carry that outside.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Children don't know the difference between races per se. You know, they may know you look different, but you're still my friend.
Oh yeah.
I dressed up. Telling your children that I want you to go out there and find you a good white man so that you can, because really what you're saying to me is that Go out there and find you a good white man to save us. Because I'm stuck here.
Yeah,
You know what
like
I'm
you
saying?
said.
And the man I'm with, he can't save us. You know what I mean? So I need you to find you a good white man so that he can come save all of us.
Like you said, racism is taught. When the other day, me and my wife, we dressed up as Mrs. Claus and Santa Claus, and we went to the school, and all the little kids, Santa, 400 kids was just happy because they saw Santa. They didn't say, "Oh, you're not white, Santa." Yeah, I told them they said I was skinny, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm on Ozempic," but I was on Ozempic Santa, but that was a whole different topic. But
are you doing Queen?
Macchiato Santa. You know
Okay.
they loved Santa. They were like, "Oh, I get."
They
candy.
didn't care what nationality.
Nope,
Yep,
they
I just
didn't.
want my
They did
stuff.
not care. They got a candy cane, and they were like, "Well, I've been good," and they were talking to me like whatever, and they were just so excited. So it's not racism is a learned behavior, like you said. I'm just agreeing with you. I agree with you.
Agreed.
I got you. Hey, when did KFC give you that 13 herbs and spices Letterman jacket you wearing tonight?
This is a winter coat. It was cold.
Oh, okay. It looked like a piece of chicken skin. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh. This is the after party, right? Don't matter, everybody.
I'm gonna be quiet because I had one of those coats and some coveralls.
It was cold.
Must be a light skin thing. I don't know.
It was 55 degrees
I had that
today.
same coat and some coveralls.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It was 55
How you doing,
degrees.
Queen?
That's funny.
Queen Denisha, how you doing?
How y'all doing?
Good.
Good. How are you
Did he tell you
doing?
guys I was in the background talking? He was like, just
We heard you. So
Yeah.
We
yesterday,
heard
Melvin
you.
had a hype woman. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude.
My sister.
Yeah, Johnny Depp. Get Johnny Depp.
Right.
She watched the whole trial. She's watched the whole trial. She was like, he
I
didn't
did
do
too.
it. She didn't. He didn't do it. She shit in the bed.
That part
Oh,
threw me right
goodness.
there. I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
All right.
going back to what Cheryl, I don't know. You lost me with that one, Cheryl. I can't rock with you on
she
that.
made a comment saying that she was raised by a white woman. I think it passed by. I'm not sure. I don't know, and I'm just paraphrasing. I'm not sure exactly what it said.
No. She said, full disclosure, I'm
There you
related
go.
by marriage
I'm
to a white
related to-
woman.
Yeah.
Or to
Okay.
white women.
I don't know what
So
that
how
is.
do you feel a way about them secretly? You know what I mean? Like again, so now you're seeing these white women dating black men. I don't understand the logic or reasoning. Again, to me, I don't know if it's one thing for one, it should be for the other. I don't see how it's an upgrade. I don't see how it's a save. Like Quez said, I think it's more like a cop out. But to me, it's to say something like that, whether it be a black man saying it about a black woman or a black woman saying it about a black man, some deep rooted self-hatred type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
And
just
what
think,
about the
like, I
black
know it's
women
her.
that are in relationships with white men and they take care of them? Or what about
Yeah.
different relationships like that? Like, look at how Gary Owen's relationship was. I mean, I love both of them. I like his wife, I like him. But I'm just saying, it really
Right.
just depends on your morals, where you come from. Some people really do go with somebody from the other race because they love them, or because you guys are brought up in the same neighborhoods.
Yeah.
It
Right.
could be that, you know. It
Yeah.
could be.
I
When it-
completely agree. I think the issue that I had with that is when I heard it as an upgrade, just from me listening to it, it almost makes it seem like, well, any other
You're a
nationality or
downgrade.
your own nationality is a downgrade. And that's
Right.
the only issue I have with it. People can have their preference where I'm only attracted to white men, I'm only attracted to Asian men. I'm completely fine with that because that's your preference. It's just that I don't like the downplaying of the other nationalities, or especially the black community, because it's almost looked as, okay, you downgraded if you date a black man. You need to date a white man because that's the upgrade. That's the only issue I had, was the wording. Now, if she meant it to sound that way, then maybe I'm interpreting it wrong, but that wording just made it seem a little difficult to grasp on.
And the piggyback. So if your daughter came home with a black dude and she went against your training, then did she fail?
against the training is crazy.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, but her words, not mine. So did she fail,
That's
or would you be disappointed? Or what if the black dude treated her great? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. To me, like I say, some deep rooted, color purple, self hatred type shit. I don't know.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't care what the race is, just as long as the person
and that's the
is
thing,
happy.
Cheryl. Like it's hard to grasp continuity from text.
Yeah,
that's why I prefaced it yesterday. Like, please just come on, so that we can hear it verbatim from you, and then you, because words take context. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to, like, I could put a bunch of words on page, but you don't understand where I'm speaking from and how I mean it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and my tact and my diction when I say it could
Right.
mean several different things, but you're just reading it for words on a page. So she has.
That's why I don't like talking through text messages, because everything
Yeah, I
gets
hate
switched
text
around.
messages. Don't text me. Call me.
Yeah, if we arguing or having a discussion, call me. Don't do it through text message.
I text on purpose so that exactly happens.
No.
Irritate the fuck out of them. Like, it's up to
It will. Trust it.
it's up to
I don't know what the hell
interpretation.
that word is. She has come keeked.
I don't know, but he cheated.
I know somebody cheated. I'm assuming it was a black person.
It happens.
And she meant to put colored right there. You know what I'm saying?
No.
She has colored, but he cheated. You know what I'm saying? No. I'm sorry. Let me stop.
All right.
No, I really want to understand though. That's. I'm glad that God just really wanted to understand how her thought process went into that.
She has come home with black men that he cheated.
And okay, white men don't cheat.
Yeah, they do.
Because according to Charlemagne the God, black men don't cheat.
One I liked. She was right. One I liked, he cheated.
Men cheat. Most men cheat. Period.
True.
It's just factual.
The flesh is weak.
The flesh is weak, and dogs gotta eat. Huh, Melvin?
Dogs gotta eat.
Here we go. Here we go.
You already know.
Here we go again.
Already know.
The flesh is weak.
It's been
period.
Period.
All right, y'all. Yeah, y'all got anything else for this? Because I feel myself getting heated. I feel like I'm watching an episode of Rosewood. You know what I'm saying? Like, or Roots.
Miss D.
Oh, gosh.
You said what?
Hey,
I was telling Miss D hi.
Hey, lady.
You said you felt like you watching the episode of Rosewood.
I feel like I'm watching an episode of Roots or Rosewood or you know,
I think that's because people think about history. So if you think about how, because I don't know how I look all the time, but I am black. But if you think about our ancestors, how they were treated by, you know,
I mean,
what
you know,
racial dating was then, or even give another example. Even when I worked at the prison, there was men in prison for life for having white wives. I mean, they have children with these women, and they were in jail for rape. This was in the 2000s still. They still in jail. And they were sentenced like in the 80s and the 90s. Never can go back home with their children and their wives.
What type of
like a dangerous slate to.
No, what type of
prison did you work at?
It was in Mississippi. It was called Parchman, Mississippi Department.
Anything in the South.
That was definitely in the South.
I don't trust this.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
So how many of y'all gonna go watch the movie Color Purple now?
The new one?
Yep, the new one.
I don't know. I haven't seen the preview. I gotta check it out.
How many people are supporting that?
It's only out Christmas Day, and I'm not supporting it because the first one was, you know, kind of.
Well, the book to me was trash, man. Like again, like so the book was worse than the movie, and I'm not saying as far as worse as like the production of it or whatever, but just the whole the whole incest and the lesbianism, because that's essentially what it was. I think it was I don't know, but so my thing is, so did that type of stuff really happen in that era? You know what I mean? Because I'm ignorant to that. I don't know. You know what I mean? Was that really happening? You know what I mean? But
was what happening?
Like, so it'd be like a grown ass man, like a 28-year-old marrying like a 13-year-old.
Yeah, that's normal.
That was yes.
That was the
absolutely.
As soon as she started her cycle,
I had great grandparents, like some of my great grandparents had their first kid when they were like 12, 13.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep.
So and they weren't having it by another 13-year-old or 12-year-old. They was having it by a grown man who came
from grown ass men. Yep.
Took them away. Like, this is the house that I have for them, and this, that, and the other.
Right.
Because you got to remember, during that time frame, it wasn't no birth control. So when you had all these kids, somebody come offering you to take a couple of them off your hands, and you go take good care of them. Hey, go ahead and grab silly over there.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Grab the ugly one.
But that's sad.
That's what
really
motherfucker would do it.
But that's sad, and that's so perverted.
And that's why I can't support
preying on little girls. I mean, they still doing it today. Preying.
They still doing it today. Yeah.
All the laws now. It's laws. They don't care about these laws. Look at
half the laws allow you to marry like a 14-year-old with the parents' consent, and they don't change.
Right.
And there's been so many things that so many legislatures that went up to change it, but it stays.
They definitely sold off daughters.
Yeah.
It remains the same.
Right.
That's my problem with The Color Purple. Essentially, it may have been a good movie, but the fact that we keep pushing the narrative of this movie in 2023, my problem with the entertainment world is we only get Golden Globes and Oscars and recognition for us being our worst fails. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You don't never give no award for Black people playing a high esteemed role. Like that movie with the Black dude who bought all them properties and then they bought the bank with what's that?
Oh, that was on Apple TV.
Yeah,
that was a real good movie.
That was The Banker, I think it was called.
Yeah,
that was a great fucking movie. You know what I'm saying?
Based on a true story.
I know that's why it was a great movie. But how much recognition did it get? You ain't hearing about none of that at no award shows or nothing like that.
It was on Apple TV at that. It wasn't even
right.
Stuff that people have like Netflix.
That's my point.
Right.
That we get awards for shit like Precious and Training Day. As many amazing movies that Denzel did made. He should have had an Oscar way before Training Day and another one way after. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is his only award for Training Day? You know, like still to this day, like y'all ain't gave him another one.
That's like Halle Berry.
Yeah, Halle Berry.
Oscar Snow White.
Because you had sex with Billy Bob Thornton in the middle of the living room, and she didn't made a bunch of great movies. Like that's my issue with The Color Purple is that we are supported in 2023. Our best selves is you know what I'm saying, a decade after slavery, and how we wasn't shit, and the debauchery of now we're gonna add some music to it. We're gonna add Fantasia and we're gonna make it a musical about incest and rape and pedophilia with song.
I mean, even though it's history, I would say this. The problem is you're not doing anything modern and positive for us.
Right.
The modern Black people that you're showing is ratchet. They fighting, they throwing wine, shaking the tables, dragging people down the street, running around a house full of other ratchet women with their drawers on. Why is that what you're portraying? And that's like these people are actually stars. Like the news focuses on them all day. Like social media focuses on these people that they don't bring any value to our race. They don't bring any credit to our race. And that's who they look at, and that's who they form their other races form their opinion
based on that.
based on that.
That's my problem. Yeah. Well said.
I mean, I want to support it because again, I support Black-owned businesses, Black productions, but as an entertainer and as a Black man, I have a problem because on both principles. I mean, I feel like why do we keep regurgitating and bringing back certain things? Why does it Color Purple need a reimagining of it? And you know, like Quez said, I think you're just going to put some music behind it, but it's still going to be the same type of story. Why can't we write anything new? You know, why can't we have anything new? Why can't we create a new Color Purple, like essentially what I mean, like a classic? You know what I'm saying? Why do we keep regurgitating the same stuff? And then like piggybacking off what y'all said, why is it that we got to keep living in these Jim Crow era slavery type things? And why can't we show us at our greatness? Maybe I think if we had more movies or more stories or more shows that showed us in our greatness, there wouldn't be people trying to train their daughters to just date white men.
Oh, man, shots fired.
Yeah.
No, right.
The after party.
No, I mean,
they made a movie about what is that called? Something Tuesday, where they announced all of the college students that are going to med school or that got into med school. They could make a show about that.
Facts.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
Like
Agreed.
70 to 80% of those people are Black.
Black.
If they're not Black, they're from another country. I'm
yes.
so serious.
Taco Tuesday.
Tuesday, Melvin. But I mean, that stuff that don't even make the news. Like you don't even
right.
No.
You know.
Right.
Yep, because there's a narrative they're trying to push. That's why they don't want to have that always in our face.
To entertain it, though, we continue to entertain it. How many times are we on Instagram or Facebook and clicking like or making a comment? And whenever you make a comment or click a like, even if it's not a good comment, it gives them more promotion. It gives them to get paid for it. It's more people, even like the Shade Room and all them other ones. Exactly when they post stuff, as soon as we click in the heart, why are we clicking heart? Why do we feel the need to have to click the heart? And all we're doing is keep on and then just like we see more Blueface now than we did
oh my God,
the other fools.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
If we stop, we stop entertaining it. And just like with Oprah, you know, like she's only getting just this money and she ain't putting it back. I'm sorry, she ain't putting it back into our Black communities. She putting it way over in Africa or wherever else.
She go to Africa first before
right.
she goes to
and she has said we don't need to tell her nothing about how to do her money. No one would tell her. Okay, that's fine. But we have to understand, but why are we supporting her to get the money here and she taking it over there? You see what I'm saying? And the rest of them as well. These other celebrities and all these other ones we're clicking like, and they're getting more, they're coming out with their own brands, their clothing brand, their perfume brands, and we just keep clicking like, we keep supporting it, we keep doing it. And they ain't even clicking you back. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So if we start like doing that, fall back on some of that, you know, we got to start somewhere. And when they don't get the acknowledgement and they see that we're not paying attention to it, then maybe they might start understanding. Because when your money stops, it's a lot.
That makes people listen.
Because on the reality
volumes.
On the reality shows, as soon as them comments start coming in, they don't like so and so, they drop them off the show with a quickness.
Oh, you mean like Erica Mena when she called old girl a monkey?
Yeah, but I mean,
but
I don't agree with her saying that. But
they didn't have a problem with her calling a monkey. They had a problem with y'all saying something about her calling.
Right, we the public says something because they wouldn't have had a problem.
Stood up and said, "Hey, hold on,"
because she would have still, she would have still had her job. Yep.
But I mean, Spice has run her mouth too. You know what I mean?
I was just about to say that Erica Mena probably didn't even mean it like that. She meant it like she really ugly.
Right.
Right.
Hey, when I went back and saw it, that's what I thought she meant.
Because that's how she is. That's how they know she's trying to grow.
Right. And you bring her kid up, knowing her kid don't want to be.
That's off limits. Yeah.
You should have never brought that child. The child never should have been mentioned.
I don't know.
Now she should have just came across the table instead of flipping the table. I would just came across it.
I know that's right.
You know. Listen, man.
I don't know what you guys talking about.
See, that's good.
That's really good.
Don't like that.
Look, like you see how quickly we made world star hip hop disappear.
Yeah.
That's true.
Right.
For a while, World Star Hip Hop was a huge thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? As far as the social media era of entertainment news and fights and debauchery.
World Star.
Yeah, like you didn't.
Mhm.
If you heard World Star, you should look around because you
Shady
might be
room,
getting knocked out. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like there was a actual fear of somebody yelling World Star and then punch you. in your shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, please,
Right.
no, not me. But, but like the same way we eliminated that type of content, we can do the same thing. We just have to be focused as
Right.
the community, because if all we gonna do is report and focus on the negativity that surrounds us and the worst of us, then of course I don't blame people for looking at us the way they do, because when I look at us, I'm like, man, this can't be it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I gotta scroll for 10 minutes on Instagram to find a positive story about Black people. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go through
Right.
17 shade room posts, whether it be somebody dancing or you know what I'm saying, Christian Rock and you know what I mean? Like, oh, you got to go through all this negativity before you find something positive with us. You know what I mean?
It's
Right.
because
You're not
outrage
paying
sells.
attention to your algorithm, and you're not like she said, like D said. Once you like it because you read it, and you're like, it may be a good story sometimes, but
Mm-hmm.
once you like it, then all the bullshit stories come with it. Shade room might
Yeah,
be
and it even
posting a positive
right, and it
story.
even and it even says too, like I just paid attention the other day. I was watching something and then I didn't like it or whatever, I just passed by it. And the one that came up with some ratchet stuff and it said, because you watch this, you might want to see this. So
It's
you
because
have to be careful.
outrage
I can
sells.
mention it for you.
Yeah,
Outrage
so-
sells, and
No, it's not lying. It does.
it's
Yes.
part of the. It's literally part of the
Controversy sells.
algorithm. It's part of the algorithm. Like,
It is.
yeah, we'll like, of course, we'll like a feel good story, like, oh, people raising money or donating or a gift, but we're not going to gossip on it. But we'll gossip on, hey, you
Right.
see what Blueface pissed on this person? Oh shit, where? And we're going to talk about it. It's not like the feel good stories don't get told because we don't tell them, but we will gossip about other crazy shit. And it's on us too, because we do the same thing. We'll talk about Kanye West, but for our own podcast, we haven't talked about a lot of positive Black influencing things here as well. Just as one example of what the algorithm does to people.
Speak the truth.
So
Speak the truth. Look at that.
we don't even know
We
that
have not.
we don't even know that we're doing it. We don't talk about a lot of successful stories, but we do focus on some of the outrage, and we do say we're disagreeing with it, but we're still talking about it and promoting that racist Kanye, for example.
He gonna take it personal. Get out your feelings, Sag. Listen, he does have a point. I'm gonna be. I gotta take Melvin's side in his.
How's the point got? Now, see, here's the thing, and here's the thing where people kind of miss what we actually do here. So again, I mean, and so is that to any fault of ours? If I'm gonna play African piggyback off of you.
Third, let him talk, Melvin, because I want to see where he going with this.
Okay, go ahead.
I got you. Don't trip.
Oh, you got him? That's what it is?
I got him on this one. You know what I'm saying?
What is this? It's light skin dark. What is this? A Twix episode?
Dark brothers have to stick together.
This is an Oreo cookie shake episode.
Chocolate caramel sticking together, some shit. This is a Reese's.
Don't trip.
A Reese's peanut butter cup.
So hurry up where you going, because I got you. So go ahead, hurry up.
Well, look.
So again, so is it to any fault of ours? You know, because again, so we could talk about the positive stuff. We could talk about generational wealth, which we've talked about. We could talk about Black mental health, which we've talked about. We could talk about marriages and divorces, which we've talked about. But so how many people are actually sharing or clicking into that? So when we do talk about the ratchet stuff, I flip it. I flip it because I want to see how it relates to us in our everyday lives. Because again, if we're talking about some of the things, maybe we can educate some of the folks and get them to not think that, okay, this is cool, that we have a different perspective. So again, so is it any fault of ours?
No. And,
No.
and this is how I got you, Melvin. Don't trip. You know what I'm saying? And D, you put your Glock away. You know, cause this my boy. You know, Third my dude. Like we
Put your
came in
BB
this.
gun up.
Fuck that.
She took her block away. She said,
Yeah.
"Put your BB gun."
Yeah, BB gun up.
We already know I don't play like that. But anyway, this is what I'm saying. Where I agree with Melvin is the fact that we shouldn't have to put out clickbait to create these conversations. The fact that, and I think that's what you're saying, Third, like the fact that we have to put these titles up here for y'all to come on and support a podcast where we're talking about real issues, you know, and you know, on me and you talking on the outside, like, man, we got to create some reels and we got to do this to get people to come and comment and subscribe and participate is crazy. You know what I mean? Now we do where I'm challenge Melvin is we do promote positivity here. Like,
Oh, of course.
but our story basis, you know, doesn't start there.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
if we started with Letitia owns her own business and D owns her own business and Third is you know what I'm saying, a musical genius, come check us out as we talk about current issues and events.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna click on that shit.
Yeah. It's
So we
I
have to
agree with you.
We have to put the clickbait up, you know what I'm saying? To
hot
get
topics.
people to even view it. And that's
what I'm
like,
saying.
it's
It's the
Third
hot
is saying,
topic.
like, is that our fault?
No,
It's
it's
not
not.
really our fault. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. It's not our fault. But I said we do talk about a lot of positive things, but we do talk about hot topics, and the hot topics that we are referencing happen to be crazy, outrageous, outlandish things that sell. And so it's not our fault that we're talking about things that are selling. It's because of the algorithm. Outrageousness sells, and so that's what I was saying. It's not. I'm not putting down the podcast at all.
No, you just did. But go ahead, D.
No,
You did. You did.
He didn't.
You did. He did.
That's why I'm trying to clean it up.
It was an underhanded dig, but it was a dig nonetheless.
No.
Go ahead.
Don't look on the floor.
No.
Your feelings on the floor.
Hey,
Don't look at the floor.
Okay.
I call
Put
a
a
spade a
toothpick in it.
spade.
And let Dee say what she needs to say.
I call a spade a spade, and I call it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? You can speak your issue, but I'm gonna call it for what it is. Now it was a dig, but go ahead, D.
I knew bro didn't mean it.
I don't think he meant that.
Nicole, I'm sorry, Nicole. How long has Nicole been here? Can you please put on your camera, Nicole?
She had it on.
There you go.
There she go.
Who got
No,
on?
I
Where'd she go?
Oh, yes, she fell off.
No, she'll come back.
I told Patty to click the link. She wrote a lot of paragraphs.
Yeah, my little sister.
Damn, D was getting ready to get off and she left.
There she go.
Okay.
Was that T?
Nah, this is 19-year-old. How you doing, 19-year-old? I mean,
you can call me by my real name, Shauna. Hi, y'all.
What's going on, Miss Shauna? How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Right on.
So let me finish this real quick. I just want to ask
please
this part.
do. We waiting on you, man. Your internet cut out.
So I think way back, if you think when we had the pastor on there, when he was acting like a pastor, it was all good.
Oh, damn.
I don't care. Yeah, that was.
Damn.
So anyway, that was when we really had a good
the after party.
That's when we had.
Let her finish.
That's when we had the good connection going, and we had a lot of people that was in on there. Then we had put up about generational wealth, and then they brought that little crackerjack doctor lady on there that was a author or something, but then she attacked the audience. But what I'm saying is that people did tune into it. We have to kind of be, and I'm just being honest, we have to kind of be open arms to when people do come, or they do get scared to come on and speak, because the opinions, we have to respect everybody's opinion. No matter how you might not like it, how you may not like, certain things in your household, what they could do in their life and their household ain't got shit to do with yours. So we have to have an open dialogue where it is respectful and welcoming. And then when they want to come on, then they'll come on and feel. That's probably why Cheryl doesn't want to come on. Let's just be honest. And if I'm not right, Cheryl, speak your mind. You in the comments, you've been speaking, so speak it. There's got to be a reason why you're not coming on. And I'm wondering if it's because she doesn't feel like she's going to, because you can feel a certain way, like you get attacked, because a lot of people are shy. They don't really want to be on camera. And when they do get the urge to come on, we have to be welcoming. But I'm not going to say that we sat on here, we've never had anything, like we had to do clickbait, because we've had a good pull when those people were coming on. We done had crying sessions. We done had bonding sessions. We done had all that. That's where we done got to this point now, is because those people were all coming in, and we didn't do clickbait. You know what I mean? Especially the general weather. When we talked about businesses, I mean, Quest, your people was coming on. It was a whole lot of them that was in the comments back to back, back to back. And we were talking about your business. We was talking about how they got promoted. And we was talking about generational wealth at that time. So I think that it doesn't have to be clickbait. I think that it might look like it right now. And I think that's sometimes you have an up and down, and any business you have is going to be up and down. Yeah. Anything you have when it deals with the public. But when they see things, yeah, I don't think it has to be clickbait, but maybe the certain type of wording, or try to flip it, flip a little something different. It's not a clickbait though. I think it's just certain things that you have to keep fishing until you just get the right niche. And then it works. You know what I mean? It works.
See,
that's all I gotta say.
That's true. You gotta just keep the consistency. And then the good thing about your panel and the intelligence that you all hold is that it doesn't matter which audience you bring in, you will know how to react to your audience. You can say what you want to say. It's the audience that you bring. As you stay consistent, you will have different cycles of different people that you will pull in throughout this process. That's what I know. That's what I've seen. She just don't want to be on camera.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, like, I can actually speak on Cheryl, because I know Cheryl. Cheryl just doesn't want to be on camera. It's the whole thing of trying to get the camera right and all this other stuff. But she told me herself she don't mind being the bad guy or playing advocate and I'm actually some unpopular stuff.
Hey,
she don't mind it.
Listen, real quick. The only thing I'm a comment real quick is that I don't think that we've created an atmosphere where anybody should be afraid to speak. No. I think we've done an amazing job at letting people come on and speak their points. Now, I think where a lot of our issues come from with panel guests and commentary is the fact that once you challenge somebody's way of thinking, they become defensive. And you can't have an honest conversation once you become defensive. I'll say it now, I'm defensive. You know what I'm saying? And I'll speak from that point. But a majority of the conversations that I have, I listen. And then I try to respond based off the information you give me. You know, and how it relates to what my information is. Now, if you're not in the position to have conversations in that retrospect, you're probably not going to be good. Sorry, that's my. But yeah, if you're not in the energy to have those conversations and base your conversation on that, then it's always going to be a problem. Because I don't have a problem with you challenging me. I just told Melvin yesterday, like, bro, that you was on 10 today, and he's usually not that. Usually Melvin is comedic relief. He come in the comments and he come on joking and playing. But yesterday he had some valid points to where I had to say, I'm pretty, 10 toes down when it comes to how I feel about shit. But if you give me some information that I need to go research and now I got a different way of viewing it, yeah, okay, bro, I respect that. I may not agree with you right now, but I can take it into account that you gave me a different perspective, and I need to look into that. I'm not just gonna say fuck what you talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
that's not the way I think. And you know, if that's how you feel over there, stay over there. And then I'm gonna stay over here and do me. No, you brought up some valid points. Let me go challenge that. D may bring up some valid point. Let me go research and challenge that. Tisha, that with everybody. I feel like that with everybody that comes on the panel. Just don't feel bad when I come back after I research and say, well, yeah, that was bullshit.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
We can't take it personally. Don't take it personally. That's the big thing. Is
And
don't-
feel free to shoot at me when you will, because I keep a vest on that.
So, you guys all know me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sexual.
Yeah.
You said what?
Huh?
What'd you say?
Sexual deviant. But I didn't say it.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
I didn't say that.
Okay, butterscotch. So, but what is it that I do?
A rapper, influencer,
Man, you do a lot of shit because you're
Yeah. Entertainer.
good person.
Thank you. Tisha hit it right on the head. I'm an entertainer. So
Entertainer.
the same thing that what I want to try to do with this whole podcast is not only educate but entertain. So I know the entertainment value, I know the attention span, I know the reach, I know how we got to reach certain people in order to educate or in order to influence, in order to actually bring people in. So it's that value that I bring as an entertainer. I can just come up and like, hey, I'm Joe Schmo and listen to me. Who's gonna listen? I'm coming. We started this whole thing as we talked about third word for the day, and it's humility. I come in with full humility, knowing that, hey, I made this about y'all and letting the people speak.
Yeah.
This is the voice of the unheard. So for other people, like D was saying, you can have an opinion about this, you can talk about this and this celebrity, whatever, and they don't necessarily entertain you unless you talking bad about them. Let's just say something about their kid or you call them ugly, then they might clap back. This is something that where you can actually voice your opinion, and whether it be right, wrong, or indifferent, we're allowing you to have that space. So that's what that is. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that's unique from what we have from anything else and everywhere else. All these other podcasts, they don't let the people speak. We're the voice for the unheard.
Yeah.
And so I can't let nobody shit on that, whether it be directly or indirectly. I think that we're doing something beautiful. And like D said, like Wes said, I mean, we've had multiple conversations about different things. So if I have to use a hot topic in order to get the viewers in, then so damn it, then be it. I'm going to use a hot topic, but I'm going to flip it to where it's going to relate to us in our everyday lives.
But yeah, I agree. But that's nothing different than what I said. I said we have positive conversation and we talk about
You say
the
that
negative things that we highlight, but we talk about the controversy. Third's in his feelings.
I'm a set of fucking Terry. You see, damn fucking right I did.
Let,
Nigga, what the
let me
fuck
look
is
at
wrong
let
with
me
you?
look at the camera at your feet. See your feelings over there at your feet. Kicking around his feelings down there. Pick your feelings off the
I'm
floor.
sorry.
Let's let Miss Nicole speak, man.
Yes, I was getting ready to say, Nicole.
We got a guest on here, man.
Shauna.
Y'all acting all
No, her name is Shauna.
and we got company.
It's the after party.
I'm so sorry. I didn't want to interrupt. I really wasn't trying to interrupt. I got your link late. I was like, I can't get in. And I finally got it like well after the fact.
It's all good.
But on what I think Cheryl, what she said, I know somebody. Thank you. I know somebody who had a mindset like that, where white is right, and that was the thing to kind of go after, or even teach your children to go after. But it was mainly from a standpoint of she's a darker skinned woman. And she was like hoping to have lighter skinned children. So, because she felt that there would be a perceived safety, a higher level of safety for a lighter skinned child versus someone darker. She know what she went through as a darker skinned woman. She didn't want that for her children. So it was like, hey, the lighter the better. So just so that her children wouldn't have to go through that. Now that she's kind of experienced it and has actually had a child from with a white man, she's not with it no more. She's just not with it because they just can't understand the things that we go through, that they will never ever experience for the entirety of their life. They can sympathize all day long, but they can't empathize because they just don't have that experience. And even if, as a Black person in America, if you've never experienced racism, like firsthand. The fact that you
Mhm.
could, and that's the difference, is that they will never. We can always we're always susceptible to it. But that's what my thought is. Partially what could be with Cheryl. What she's saying is that
Mhm.
perceived superior, a safe, not so much white is just better because it's just white, but maybe there's a perceived safety in whiteness.
Man,
Mhm.
you better speak that
Hmm.
truth.
True.
No, I hear
Yeah.
you. So to flip that so you create further problems, whether it be a white man or a white woman or whatever, however you want to integrate that in. Now you create another further problems because now you have mixed children. And the one thing that I've seen that's been like the common denominator for a lot of mixed children is they don't know what they feel like they are. You know, they don't know whether they're too white or they're too white for the black kids and too black for the white kids. So now
Those
so
are white kids that are, I'm sorry, but those are white kids raised by white women. White kids raised by black women, as long as she's a typical black woman, they know exactly who and what they are, because those women have an experience of, you may be perceived as less than. A white woman is never going to instill that into their
turn
child.
your camera on, Greg.
They will never ever bother to have that conversation with their kid. Oh, because not ever. They are not going to think about it offhand, that if you go out and you are the black person in your group, you got to be 100% better, because if cops come by, they're looking at you.
But don't
White
you think?
women are not.
But don't you
I'm
think
sorry,
that
go ahead.
a black father would
Hold on,
do
hold
that
on one
then?
second. Greg, turn on your camera, Greg.
But
No, the black
if
father may not do that, because they may not do that because
well, then it's on
generally
the black
speaking,
father's fault then.
it,
Because
it, it is on the
he's the
black
black
father.
person in the group. You can't blame the white
Hold on,
mother.
hold on,
No,
please,
you-
Melvin.
how
Let her get it out, Melvin.
Go
Let her
ahead.
get
Go
it
ahead.
out.
how,
Real quick.
women,
Right.
whoever is
Like
the
that
main,
rule.
I'm sorry, whoever is the main caregiver, that is what that child is going to pick up on the most. My children, who are of mixed race, their father isn't white, but he clearly ain't black. They see themselves as black. Their skin tone, it says black. I have instilled that in them. I can't instill, their father's race or ethnicity into them, but I can instill mine. I can show them, but he has struggles as well. He's Hispanic, so he has his own struggles. But
He's Puerto
my
Rican.
children don't. Yeah, he doesn't. But he does. Well, he don't look black, but they can't. He can't. Oh God, I lost my train of thought. Thoughts on it. Uh, it's just, a white woman is going to show them her life. That's who is going to. That's what that child is going to pick up if she's the main caregiver. Same thing with a black woman, Hispanic woman, Asian woman. That is what those children are going to identify with the most. Now it is up to the father, but the father's out here doing manly things like providing, making money. I'm telling you that if it's a typical household, a woman's going to do more. She's going to carry more of that weight than the man is. And that includes instilling that child with a lot of what they need. Of course, there's 50-50 households that, where it's 50-50, but even in my own, I'm not super traditional like that, but I found myself giving more because I'm the mother. I can't help it.
That's maternal instinct.
All
You know what I'm
right.
saying? That's what
see.
women do.
Yeah.
Melvin, before you get to arguing,
Go ahead.
Let me solidify what my sister is saying, because
Hey, Greg, how you doing?
I got a untraditional household as well. But one thing I do know for sure, and two things for certain, is to your children, their first version of God is their mother, whether she be white or black. You know what I mean? And that nurturing effect that you get from your mother is what you always return to. So if your mother can't empathize with the struggles of you being on the outside, being a black race or whatever the case may be, it's going to be hard for that mother, and it's going to be hard for that child to run back to that person. Now, fathers are the same thing, but let's be honest. As fathers, we do a great job, but we're not nurturing. That's not our job. That's not our place. We're not the nurturing type. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like, as much as I love all of my children, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I sit down and have super in-depth conversations about what they're going to face in life and give them hugs and lay down and cuddle when they feel and shit. I'm the dad that's gonna tell you get your motherfucking ass up because life gets worse. You know what I'm saying? If you think this shit bad, wait till you get my age, and you know what I'm saying. You happen to be intelligent, you happen to have experience, and you walk into these boardrooms, and these motherfuckers look at you like, why are you here? You know what I'm saying? And my shoes are better than yours because you've been wearing the same shoes for the past 7 years, and you ain't bothered to buy no new ones because you don't know about having creases. So you know what I mean? Like these are the conversations you got to have with your children as a father, but the conversation from that mother to that child is completely different. It's from a more loving space. So go ahead, Mel. I'm gonna let you get it off.
Okay.
Hold on one sec. Hold on. Two pick. Most fathers these days aren't in the child's homes and aren't being raised in 2-parent households, aren't even involved.
So
Can someone please turn down their TV?
I don't know.
That might be you, Greg. But Greg, how are you, Greg? And what are your 3 cents? Have you got caught up?
I've been listening, and I don't know. You guys are. Everybody has their opinion on the household. I grew up in old school where the father pretty much he's out bringing home the bacon, and the mother is the nurturer of the household. And now times are changing where it takes 2 to run a house. The mom has to go out and get the bacon also and be the nurturer of the household also. And so does the father. So times have really changed, and we have to cultivate if we're going to survive, and as not just black people, just as the human race. If we're going to survive as a family, both sides have to join in to cultivate the relationship. I'm done.
Oh, I agree.
Word. Hold on. Jessica says there are a lot of fathers not in the same household but are involved in their child's lives. True.
Very true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I hate to go back here, but again, so what are the statistics? I hate to even bring it, but how what are the numbers of the kids who have better lives with both parents in the households? You know what I'm saying? Like, how successful are they in life?
More successful than a single parent, obviously, with both, or a man or a woman. If you have both parents, you're like more likely to be successful. Then when you drop down to the next tier, it's if you're a single father, you're more likely to be more successful. And then it goes to a single mother. And those are the things I sent in the group chat, from provided by the state, provided by the police department, provided by the FBI. So those are the supporting facts. It's just the numbers. But as I was going to say previously, it's whoever. If you're raising a child of color, then it's on the person of color to bring those topics into that household. As you guys said before, if it's a white mom, the white mom's not going to fully understand the depths of racism and everything else, because they can empathize, but they've never felt that. So it's on the father, whether they're too busy or not, to instill that into that child. So we can't be like, oh well, the white mother can't do it, so fuck it. That can't be the answer. That can't be. That isn't the answer. So it's like, okay, well, yeah, his mom's white, but I'm going to now tell him about my experiences. Now I'm going to show him what he might face and the challenges that he will go through in our society, and what the social construct is right now that society is made up, and how they're dealing with people in a relationship, in mixed couple relationships, and whatnot. So it's on that person of color. We can't just excuse whoever the person of color is in. And for myself, I'm all of the above for myself. son. I'm the nurturer. I'm the disciplinary. I'm the tough guy. We make crafts. We play football. We wrestle. We do everything. There's no aspects of my son's life that I am not involved in. And so he talks about his big feelings, his emotions, and he's always has since he was able to speak. So if you can't give that to your child, then don't blame the other person that can't understand. And that's just my perspective and my point.
That's true.
No, very
And
valid.
there's so many different, that's really good too. And there's so many different perspectives. For instance, say you have a white mom, but she grew up in the hood too, around Black people.
Yep.
The Black father left the house. All of her friends are Black. She's bringing up her children like Black kids still,
True.
and she's white.
True.
I've seen it. Seen it. So
In
it's
the
not
South,
like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
South
I've definitely seen it.
it's big in the South.
Mm-hmm.
They act more Black than some Black people that I know. I know a few in California. And
But see, that's the problem right there.
It could.
Everybody's
I mean,
looking
it's a
at
problem not having a
color.
father in the house.
See,
But
that's
if
the
that's how
the
they
biggest.
were raised, say for instance, their babysitters were Black. They're, you know what I mean? They're related to Black people by marriage. They grew up around Black people. They may not be Black, but they
understand the culture.
They still understand our culture. That is,
Yeah, it's
But
from
do
the
that.
environment. It's from
But
the
do that.
environment.
They can understand the culture even though they're not in it. You can
even
understand
though
it.
it's not, and that's where they grew up. That's where they from. They're not pretending or faking. That's really how they were raised. There are homes like that.
Greg, you were saying?
He said that's
the biggest problem today. Everybody's looking at the race. Everybody continue to racism. I'm a Black man and I know about racism. I experienced it, but that's the problem. We keep going back to it instead of trying to solve it. And until you solve a problem, it's always going to be a problem.
But it's Black people always trying to solve the problem when we are not the progenitors of it. This hatred towards us that didn't come from us is thrust upon us by some people who wrongly think that they're better than us. They have to fix their problems. And it's going to take a millennia for them to do it, because it took a millennia, basically, was it how many, 600 years or so, 400 years for them to get here. That's not us to fix. They got to fix themselves. They don't listen to us. It takes them to fix them. Because if they were listening to us, this would have been done and over with a long time ago.
I agree.
You know,
But
and the
we still-
piggyback, Shauna, what you're saying is you're 100% correct. If they were really trying to fix the problem, it wouldn't have taken them like 1964 for us to get civil rights, our basic civil rights. It wouldn't have taken them to 1965 for us to even like vote. You know what I'm saying? So fast forward to even now. I mean, why is it a problem that you have a Black man as a president? Why is it so hateful for a half Black, half Indian woman to be vice president? You know, I mean, again, so people have ignored the problem, and now here we are in 2023, and it's created a bigger problem. But now, you know, you have people who, like us, who are more resilient, more vocal, and more with the shits. You get what I'm saying? To where it's causing an explosion.
But
hey, good night, Sherelle. Yeah, you have a good night.
I agree with you, Third, but at the same time, it's us, our Black people, bringing each other down. Because I've seen so many people shit on Kamala Harris. They don't give her just due for being the first.
Hey, don't, bro.
Don't do that.
People shit on her.
We gonna fight now.
White folks shit on white folks. Indians shit on Indians. Asians shit on Asians. You don't shit on the people for which you have closer proximity to.
But most people don't even know anything about her. They don't know anything about her. They don't research her about her. They've heard this, or they've heard somebody say that, or they have done no real research into her.
We talking about Kamala.
I gotta agree with what Melvin just said. He's right.
No, you're not. Let me stop you in your tracks. Listen, no, we got.
Damn, hell's about to freeze over.
I know he can agree with him, but now we go because we say most people don't research it. Yes, Melvin. I do. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about it.
But you do. But you're different.
We gonna talk. Are we still talking about Kamala, right?
Yes, we're
Illegal
talking.
shit.
The same Kamala that locked up a majority of black single mothers because their kids couldn't attend school because they couldn't afford daycare while they worked minuscule jobs. We talking about this same Kamala. We talking about the same Kamala that ran under Joe Biden, who said he didn't want his kids to go to wild animal parks with black kids that look like us and didn't support the school bus program that Kamala tried to fight for. We still talk about the same Kamala
He did
who,
not
when
say
she
that.
got voted in, wasn't considered black and was considered as Indian American when they announced that she won. We talking about this same Kamala, right?
It's not on her.
It is.
How is it
Because
on
she
her
didn't
that-
stop. She didn't step in and say nothing to the effect of when she was locking up them black moms. She said, "No, we got to keep doing this. Lock them mothers up because they can't afford to send their kids to daycare, and their kids can't go to school because they got to go stay at grandma's house. Regardless of what it is, you as a black woman should have had some empathy and created a better solution than sending them to jail and creating a vicious cycle of not only was they may have been." Single parent households as far as being with black women. Now you created a no parent household with a mother trying to come back into a system that's devised on recidivism. And most people go back.
I don't believe that was her created policy, though. I don't think she created that policy. Did she enforce it? Yes. Did she create it? No. But
she helped. Now we giving her a cop out.
No, I'm not. But if you're the think about it, if you're the chief of police and you're the black, if you're the chief of police, you're black.
Right?
But if you're the chief of police,
you have a decision, right?
Hey, Quiz.
yes. If you're the chief of police and you are black, you're telling me you're not going to arrest black people, especially in it happens to be a black neighborhood with high crime rate. Yes, you're going to lock them up. That is the position you're in, and so to deny that would happen, that wouldn't make any sense.
But Melvin, I'm telling you, as the black police chief, I would have a better understanding of having conversations with my community when I'm outside, and I don't necessarily have to lock them up if I can have a conversation. And maybe you're Truett right now, and there may be a curfew at 9:00, but now it's 9:30. Hey, little young dude, man, go in the house, bro.
But sometimes
that's the difference. That's the difference.
That don't
I'm
work.
not gonna lock you up because it's 5 minutes past curfew, and I'm the police chief. And I'm not saying that I won't lock you up if you do some bullshit because you're black. I'm gonna be even just as equal on both sides of the board. But what I'm telling you is, when it comes to me dealing with my people and other people dealing with my people, there's a level of empathy and conversations that can be had and de-escalation tactics. Like nobody should be going to jail and their only charge is resisting arrest. How do you resist arrest but you weren't arrested for nothing?
I agree, but as police officers, as police officers and the police chief, they don't always get to dictate what laws they do get to enforce. The sheriff,
they do.
No, they don't. They can say no, but it's in direct contradiction. Like the sheriff department, San Diego sheriff, they did not want to issue CCWs, even though it came out that the law is allowed to be easier, and they were like, no, I don't want to do it, but they still had to do it. And so they don't get to dictate.
We're talking on an individual level. When you're out on the street and you're dealing with these people personally, you have a decision. Just like sometimes, if you having a bad day, you get pulled over. Officer may, you know what, I'm gonna let you go with a warning. You have discretion, right? If you didn't catch me doing something that's harming someone else or myself, you have the discretion as the officer to make a decision at that point. Look, I know you might be just having a bad day. You out here tripping, bro. Go to the house. Matter of fact, I'm gonna drop you off at the house. Let me talk to your moms. You know what I'm saying? Let me go over here and talk to your mama. Your son out here tripping. He out here at the park hanging with these dudes. Maybe you need to talk to him. I'm giving him a chance this time. That's your discretion as an officer. But when the officer don't come from the community that you live in, it's hard to have those conversations because you come from somewhere where you've been hanging out and you don't understand the plight of single parent young black men and the vulnerability of us to want to have a father figure. Now you come in as this white male dominant motherfucker, and you feel like everybody's trying to kill you, and because that's what you see on TV, and that's the narrative that's preached. So now when you come to talk to me, I'm 13, but I look like a grown ass fucking man. And now you're scared, even though you have the gun, you got the dog, you got the police car, but you scared of me. So now we automatically bypass the de-escalation tactics and have a conversation where you're aggressive because you feel like you're in an aggressive situation because of what you've seen in the community, but you're not from the community.
I'm just saying more people will give R. Kelly a pass knowing he directly hurt black people than they would Kamala Harris.
What?
I'm just saying, more people have a positive. You will talk positively of R. Kelly and his music, knowing he pissed on.
They know Kamala. I'm sorry. They know R. Kelly. There, half of the people don't even know Kamala. They didn't realize she was a thing until she started running for. And then R. Kelly, that one. I can't speak on that one.
That's my point. Most people don't know anything about her. Most people don't follow politics. Most people don't follow politics.
Not in charge of my children.
But he was raping somebody else's child.
But he doesn't make policy that affects my children. He makes good music.
Neither did.
He just happens to be fucking on little girls.
I don't think she was in
he's a piece of shit.
Wow.
I don't think she was in a
the music is amazing. But he's not affecting my everyday life. I don't think
in those positions as a prosecutor, you don't always get to dictate what you get to enforce or not. It's just the truth.
That's their job. That's true, Melanie.
You don't get to dictate what you get to enforce or not. You still, if somebody does something stupid, I've seen it firsthand, and I know it's biased, but I've seen. I was doing a ride along San Bernardino. We pulled over. We went and helped this guy.
The police.
We helped out this guy, this black guy. He ran out of gas. We gave him gas. It was probably like 2 hours later in the shift. We go back to the station, and he got arrested for a DUI. And that was the moral of the story. No good deed goes unpunished. We said, hey, you got in a fight with your girl, just go back home. He's like, yeah, you're right. I'm going to do that. Then his ass was on the wrong way of the freeway. So sometimes people get jaded because they're like, man, I just helped this guy out. I'm doing a good deed. And then he just spits in my face. And then when you see that over and over and over, you're going to be like, fuck that. Why am I going to keep doing good deeds if people are just going to spit in my face? And that's what people get jaded. People get jaded, and that's the point of it.
The problem is we're talking about somebody who has a job. This is your job. You can quit. You can go do something else with your life. I don't get to decide when I walk outside if I'm black or not.
True.
I don't get to say, you know what, today I'm gonna take the day off from being black. I consider myself a white male with 800 credit score, and I got on a French suit. You know what I'm saying? I don't get to do that. The police cannot be the police. You cannot be the police if you're scared of the community that you're patrolling. If you're scared of the people that you have to protect and serve, because that is your first initial job, and uphold the Constitution, even though most of them don't know it, and you went to an academy for 90 days, and I probably know more of the law than you do as a beat officer, but you know what I'm saying? Your job
you're not wrong.
That's a job.
You're not wrong.
I don't get to walk outside and say, hey, I'm the manager at Aaron's, and you know what I'm saying? I don't agree with you being out in front of my property, so you're going to jail today. Some
people think that being a police officer, they're enforcing the law. They're not destroying the black community.
I didn't say that.
So, but them doing that and helping, and they may empathize with the community and be part of that community, they're doing something good for that community.
No, they're not, because most of them, after they get down patrolling that community, they drive to a very nice neighborhood that they don't have to look at you raggedy motherfuckers.
But you know why that is, right? Huh? You know why it is, right? Because so many times with my buddy, so many times when he lived in the same city, he'd be with his family, and somebody locked up, a felon that he locked up from 5 years ago, he's with his family, and he didn't see him, and they came up on him in Ralph's. And he was like, oh, yeah. And So why would I live there with my family knowing I locked up somebody and put them away for a crime they did do?
Because if you have a understanding with the community, you know what I'm saying? Chastisement only is taken well from people that love you. If I know you in the community and you don't love me and you try to chastise me, I'm always have a problem with you.
But some knuckleheads like to stay active no matter what. They ain't trying to hear that. That's their level of
negating that fact.
Perspective. So I'm not gonna risk my family, my wife, or any of that on the thought that they're gonna empathize that, hey, I'm at Ralph's and I locked you up for some shit that you did do, and that you're gonna try to bang on me and I don't even have a fighting chance. Nah, hell no. I'm gonna live out of the city and my family's gonna go to a good school and I'm gonna do everything I can, but I'm still gonna support my community.
But how?
All right.
You can't
if you're
do
going
one.
back,
You gotta
stay the fight, bro.
You can't do that. How you gonna support your community and live outside of the community? That's the whole problem of the
I'll
police
ask Young
force.
Dolph. I'll ask Young Dolph.
What he did.
Yeah, he held it down for the community and they shot him up. Everybody knew his car and they still shot him up. He held turkey drives every year, Christmas every year, and they still shot him up.
Don't say they, a specific group of people.
But
the young bucks do not respect. There's no respect. And that's the problem.
My point. He's
but
a millionaire.
You can't let that deter you from doing the work, sir.
Yeah, but
you can't let that deter you from doing the work. Because how we gonna fix the problem if we scared to talk to these young motherfuckers?
He was still doing the work and still got gunned down.
How do we fix it?
He was in the neighborhood and he still got gunned down. That's the point of it. He was doing the work and he still got gunned down.
By people who were jealous and hated, self-hatred. Again, so you can't equate this to everybody. Not everybody hated that man.
But everybody hates the police. So what what would be the difference?
You say everybody hates the police?
Are good.
No, but if you got arrested by the police officer,
for that reason.
I'm married to a goddamn deputy. She used to work at the prison.
No,
my mama worked at the jail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I've been the police my whole life.
I'm saying if you got arrested by them, a lot of them don't appreciate it. A lot of them aren't that like, hey, yeah, I was on bullshit.
No.
The active knuckleheads are the active knuckleheads.
But the new stuff that they teaching for these cops that's going out on the street, they're not saying go save Black communities.
No. I'm talking about if you are a Black person and you are a Black cop and you're in the community helping the community. I don't care about anybody that's not in there. You can't control what other people do.
You can't, but you're still with the cops. Not all cops are bad, but not all cops are good. Sometimes the good cops are the ones that get the bad end of the stick because of the bad cops. But
that's very true. That breaks down the whole conversation that I had is not all Black people are good.
But I can also argue and say like
that's when anything, nothing is all good and nothing is all bad.
And that's my point on everything. So when people say, well, I'm only going to do all this or I'm only going to do all that, it's like, well, we just established nothing is all this or nothing is all that.
Nothing is. But I also lost a lot of respect for some officers going through that because they do turn. I actually have a cousin that I had to stop talking to for this reason.
Yeah.
It just happens to be that he's an interracial child, but he's also a police officer, and his stances.
Some of them drink the Kool-Aid and they're fucked up.
I mean, truthfully, in regards to the police, I can tell you on one hand how many good cops that I met in my encounters, but I can tell you on like two hands how many bad police I've encountered.
I've known.
So for me to, so I'm gonna say,
but I've known a lot of good dozen cops, and I've been pulled
over. For you.
But,
so again,
no,
for you. So no. So again, I'll let you get off. So for you believe that these are some good cops. You know what I'm saying? We don't know this to be true. We don't know what somebody else is experiencing. To you, they may be putting on a show for you. I'm not saying I don't know for certain or whatever, but I just know that it could be for you. You could be perceiving them as one way, while Nuck and Pay are experiencing them in a whole completely different and perceiving them in a different way. But that's all that I'm saying is that it's a catch-22.
I just look at the numbers. If there's how many millions of police officers, correctional folks, and everything else, and there's tens of thousands of discrepancy cases, and we see the people that are the thin blue line mafia, and we kind of understand it. But there's a vast majority of them that it is the job, and some of them that they are doing. They think they're doing God's work, and they're being a superhero, and they're filling out their life thing. Not all cops. The vast majority of them are good cops. Just like what's that?
How do we get on the police?
I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
I was wondering
Wanted to
too.
be black.
I was wondering.
That's how we got.
You're right.
So,
Oh
yeah,
my
we went completely off the dock, which Melvin likes to
Yeah.
roll completely from the
Nah,
dock.
that wasn't
We
me.
were talking about we were proposing to me.
Boy, you done took the school
wasn't
bus
me.
and ran it off the road.
That was Greg that did that shit. That wasn't me. That was
Facts,
Greg.
Greg. Facts.
I'm going to reel it back in right quick because we're going to be talking about the police.
Yeah, we
Greg.
right off the cliff. I was just drinking.
Go ahead,
water.
sir.
Hold up.
What?
So Kendra says,
on your
Melvin,
head,
why
Melvin.
aren't you an accountant since you live your life by the numbers?
You live your life by the
I
numbers.
thought about
Why
it,
aren't
actually.
you an
I
accountant?
did take
Hey,
some
good
college
shit,
classes
Kendra.
for accountants. They make over 150K, so accountants not bad. I did take statistics, and I do like that course. So
I think
I
she's trying
took
to be
it too.
sarcastic, but
That was
I know.
a shot
Me,
fired.
statistics is
Yeah.
one of my favorite
I'm
courses,
dead
but I
serious.
passed it.
We all have these perceived biases, and we can live by them or accept the true numbers. And so it's the same thing we say to people that are white, like not all black people. Well, they hear, oh, well, black crime is at this and this and this percentage, but you're like, well, what's the real numbers? Oh, white percentage is the same. So, if you know the numbers, then you know the truth. But if you believe people and what they say, then you're just believing a stereotype and you really don't know what you're talking about. And so that's why I do
Why
like
didn't
the
you just start with that? We had a whole 10, 15 minute conversation that led back to the truth, sir.
right.
You just like to be difficult on purpose because you like
On
to
purpose.
be
And get underneath
I like
people's
Popeye.
skins,
I like talking to people.
Let's
talking
just face
shit,
the, let's
yelling at
just face the
podcasts,
fact.
But
promoting
hey,
KFC
it
jackets.
but it promoted a conversation, so I ain't mad at you at all.
Yeah.
And
Let's
we'll be
just
doing that
face
too
We have to
sometimes.
end
Be
all
stirring that
conversations
pot.
with knowing
I'm gonna
that
start
there's
shipping
gonna
out
be
some
people that agree
compounds.
with Melvin, and there's gonna be people that agree with me, and it's okay.
Wow.
All right. So flipping the script, we're gonna flip the page. Anyway,
Let's go.
Melvin's good friend Kanye West.
Hell no.
Damn.
No.
I mean,
Hell
they take
no.
the same medications, saying they go to the same.
You have not seen me
He said they
standing on an
take this-
Apple store table yelling about
I
anything.
did see you at Sunday service.
No,
He said,
I
see you
never
at Sunday
said.
service. Hell
I
no.
never said my name is Jesus, Melus, or any of that shit. So, nah. I'm straight.
Man,
Y'all off the chain, boy.
I didn't create my own
I'm this
church.
after party. This after party. We raw today. We raw.
Look,
I didn't
there
create
you go.
my
That school
church. I
bus
do
is
none of
going off
that.
the cliff again.
So
Hey,
Kanye West,
buckle up and enjoy the ride. You on the panel, buckle up.
Kanye West
Yeah,
has been in the news lately for another rant against the Jewish media. Again, well, let me change that. Kanye West has a new album coming out with Ty Dolla $ign. So in order to create some type of hype or some type of buzz or arouse, and he went on a couple of rants. He stopped taking his medications, allegedly, whatever. And so now he's had some rants, and he's made a few dumbass comments. And I would like to play a clip so you can get caught up to speed.
Come on with it.
Right. Crazy. And by the way, we're not black. How about that? We're not black, nigga. We're Indian. Yeah. We're Native American. Yeah. How many of y'all grandmothers got Indian in your family? Yeah, I'm Indian. Wait a second, but what happened to the Indians? We black. Show me black on the planet. Why you stop recording?
He knows the fucking shit.
Why you sound crazy? Nah, because you think I sound crazy.
No, you don't sound crazy. You sound fucking legit. You're talking true. You're talking true.
We not black. Race was made up.
You're talking true.
Race was made up.
Yeah, with brown eyes.
Show me black on the planet.
was here first.
Show me black. Everybody else, they European, they Australian, they Chinese, they Japanese. Show me black on the planet. We marginalized as entertainers. I already seen the other side, nigga. I seen the fact.
Ignorant, and more
What
ignorant.
the heck?
Show me white on the map. That's why they refer to us as African. That's because that's the region.
And ain't nobody. Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
No, but that's the whole point. He's
Nah,
saying,
Tisha, go
black?
ahead, because we done with
No,
Melvin.
we heard
We're black on the map.
Melvin his $4
Melvin,
We done with him. You know what
We
I'm saying?
taking your
I'm
black
laughing.
avatar
I'm
away from
laughing
you.
because I'm laughing. I've seen this clip a bunch of times, and I laugh every time I watch it. We not black, and you in a room with full of white people talking about we not black. Yeah,
They not black.
Yeah, no shit, right? We ain't black, and you the only black motherfucker there.
Thank you. And throwing the N-word around a room of white folks. We not black. No, you're right. They
I've
not
been
black.
to the other side.
And we giving you away.
What's the other
you away
side,
to
Kanye?
them.
Can I give a quick synopsis of what I just saw? Because that was my first time seeing it. Denisha be trying to tell me. I'm trying to keep my genuine reaction for shit for the show. You know what I'm saying? Denisha be on social media beef and all that. You know what I'm saying? That's her department.
I am too. That's my fun. Yeah.
But the fact that you are in a room dressed as Lucifer and you start off your conversation saying, "I'm not black, nigga." You know what I'm saying? Like,
2.2.
bro, you lost me. I will agree with him because in every instance of crazy there is a bit of truth, and nobody else refers to themselves as the color of their skin. I can agree with that. You know what I'm saying, to a certain degree. But where he brought it from, like I said, you're in a room full of white women. It wasn't even just white people; it was white women. I didn't see no men in there. I didn't see no type of opposing force that's gonna tell you like, bro, you tripping. You know what I'm saying? Black men, white men, none of that. Black women, nobody else was there. Yeah, you're in a room full of agreeable white women who are in bikinis,
and most of them didn't agree with him.
Yeah,
you're speaking
they
the
turn
truth.
off the camera.
Why
you
you turn off the
attack him
camera?
because
you think I'm crazy?
You're tripping.
You think I'm crazy?
What are you talking about?
Yes, even the white people were like, "Nah, this nigga crazy." That's it.
Mixed in on his crazy though, he did say something very true. Race is made up. It is, and to be honestly, I am not black. I'm quite lovely brown. There is no black is the absence of light. Black is the absence of white. It is almost made. I hate that we have to break ourselves up into these groups, and that. But the one thing that has been placed upon us is the fact that there is an absence. There's a void there, and which would inherently make us deficient in some way, and that was thrust upon us. And so I love the idea of, no, I am not black. I am me. I'm Kanye. I'm Shauna. I'm Third Degree. That's who I am. But we love as a group to just to like separate people. I mean, it's just what it is.
But yeah, of course that's true. But then
I have my hand raised. I'm getting ready.
Go ahead. My bad. I'll mute myself.
I can't stand this dude.
He put himself on timeout, so go ahead.
He did, man. All right, so again, Shauna, I get what you're saying, and yes, there's some truth to it. So going off of what you just said, yes, there's an absence of life, absence. The reason why we are called blacks is because when we were brought here from Africa, we were mixed up. We got cut off from our native country, our way of talking, our way of religion, our way of just culture, period. So we can't necessarily say like how like some white people will say like, well, I'm Irish or I'm Italian, I'm German, I'm French. We don't know who we are because we were cut off and we were blindsided. It was essentially erased. So to group these group of people together, yes, it's the blacks. So we had to come together at one point because again, we were told that we were ugly, we were beasts, we were this, we come from a land of savages, we were monkeys, we're all these negative things. So people had to get behind something because they were cut off from their culture. And so this is what black was in. We're taking the negative and flipping it into a positive. So we say black. But now in 2023, we now have technology where now we can actually find out who we are. So we can no longer, we don't have to be identified as black. We can say, hey, my lineage comes from this now, or I know that I'm Nigerian, I'm Cameroon, or I'm Jamaican. You know where you come from now. The thing is with Kanye, he's not doing it in the sense of saying like, no, I'm not black, I'm not black. He's saying it because he believes in himself that he's a Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? This is, and I make it.
Whoa, bro. He didn't say shit about no Hebrews, man. Don't do that.
So
he
no,
didn't say that. Now, if you would have said
I'm not lying.
Indian, he didn't say we got
okay, so yeah, I take that back. In this clip, he did say now he's native. But before on this very same podcast, we talked about him saying that he was a Hebrew, and that the Jewish people that are there aren't real and all this other things. And he's made plenty of references disparaging Jewish people today. I'm not making this shit up. He said
slavery was a choice. Remember, that nigga don't know what he's talking about. That's the bottom line. That nigga don't know. Slavery was a choice.
Melvin, you are the reason why the black community can't grow because you speak all this positivity and then you just call me a Negro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not listening to you and your John Henry jacket no more. You're done. Get out of here, sir. You know what I'm saying? Hey. You're fucking with the right one today.
It's so great.
Listen, no. Let's talk to y'all shit. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, who was over here before Columbus? We were. If you want to look at
everyone,
oh shit!
If you want to look at the Olmec culture that was here, you know what I'm saying? And we talk about the Mayan calendar. The Mayans spoke to the Olmecs because people from West Africa was coming over to the Americas before we knew it was the Americas. So I can understand why people think they are Native American because we had already been transversing. Listen, bro. Now you mad because I'm
listening.
I'm not.
Where's the fact? Where's the fact, sir?
Tell me.
Go ahead. I got to cut in on
23 and me.
You and Ballhead Greg. You know what I'm saying? Camera at his chin. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, we're not gonna do this. We
you sure you want to open that envelope?
Oh, turn the light on, baby.
You sure you want to open that envelope?
Turn the light on. That's all I wanted from
you. Let me explain something to you.
Hold on, everybody, Greg, go ahead.
The reason why we're so screwed up is because we look at color, we could look at ethnicity, but the bottom line is we're like a box of crayons. We're different, but we're still crayons. We're made by the Creator, God Himself. And all this other crap that we be trying to do is messing us up.
Hey, Greg,
Edward got something
to say. Your biblical principle.
Amen.
But at the end of the day, can white women create black babies?
It doesn't matter what color.
Yeah. No, but can they, sir?
Hey, you got to take the race.
If you put a black seed in it.
No.
Exactly. I was waiting for it to come. Exactly. I was waiting for it to come.
The whitest of white children and the blackest of black children. So if we talking about it, like, let's be real. I be trying to be politically correct with y'all. But when we get into the issue of talking about history and people are talking about all that beautiful shit, like, we not gonna play the game like it's an equal playing field because it's not. We were here first. We created everything first. So we're not gonna play the game like, white people come tag along. Y'all get to participate. Fuck out of here.
All right, Quest. So here's the thing, man. There's some truth to that, but it's not all the way true. You ask where are the facts. I'm looking for the facts that you're arguing to further substantiate what it is that you're saying.
Life
Now, what we do know, you said what? Butterscotch?
Life originated in Africa. So
Butterscotch.
right.
No shit. So again, that's what I was getting ready to get at. All right. So again, mankind was created in Africa. It started in Africa. So all the other races that came along essentially came from black people, came from Homo sapiens. They began to migrate out of Africa. Once they migrated out of Africa,
technically we're hating on ourselves then, if we're all black.
as they were migrating out of Africa, they intermixed with Neanderthals. He says when they intermixed with Neanderthals, they started creating other races, Europeans and the Asians. What's this nigga laughing at?
Get away from me.
Am I missing something?
Go ahead, continue with your point. I removed the problem. You know what I'm saying?
So as they intermixed, they created these other races or these other groups of people. These same black people that were with these other folks that they created, yes, they migrated out of Africa, Asia into the Americas. Now, to sit up there and say that, hey, we were here first, I mean, yes, there's some truth, but it's not all the way truth. And then there's scientific evidence that backs that up with a thing called haplogroups. So you can pretty much see where DNA is coming from. So you have some African DNA here, but then you don't have a lot of African DNA here from fossils. So this is true. So I don't know where the other shit was coming from, but so again, it's taking a little bit of fact and then just blowing it up and making it into this whole grand scheme of things.
But that's what we always do.
Well, that's what we was agreeing on. You know what I'm saying? I was like, bro ain't crazy. He got some foundational basis to his argument.
But isn't that how every lie is? Isn't that how every lie and gaslight starts?
But to just dismiss the man and say he crazy because he doesn't have the right people around him, because that's how I view it. He don't have the people around him that's going to challenge him the way we challenge each other.
He's mentally ill. That's it.
He doesn't have that.
No, he's mentally ill. That's it. When you go and don't take your medicine and you're a freaking schizophrenic, then you're going to believe shit that's not real. And you're going to be prone to be in a echo chamber and you want to hear that shit. Like, we're not Indians. No, we're not fucking Indians. We're black.
All right, so
Kanye's
I did it.
And that's it.
So here's the thing. So essentially the Native Americans of today are essentially almost at 1%. By the year 2100, they'll be essentially at a 0% because they've already been integrated into other races, whether it be whites, whether it be blacks, whatever. But at the same time, I mean, if you want to look at Native Americans, a lot of the Native Americans are the ones who are Mexican Americans. The Mexicans that are here, you know, they're intermixed with Native, Spanish, and then some of them have black. So again, if we're looking at the DNA facts, I mean, this is what it is. So I put together something. I did a DNA test on one of my Mexican American friends. So we will see what it shows right here. And then we can talk about it.
Come on.
All right, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Third. I just want to go over this whole thing about the Kanye West. Now, here goes an ancestry test that was done by a friend of mine. And he's Mexican American. As you can see, there's indigenous Americas, Mexico, Spain, France, Portugal, Senegal, which is Africa, Northern Italy, Northern Africa, Benin and Togo, that is Africa. If by Kanye West's logic, if African Americans are Native American, why does it not show up, especially as of recent? It is really, really difficult to explain, but we are not Native Americans. Now, was there black people on this land? Yes. Before Columbus, yes, because we migrated over along with what is now Native Americans when there was a migration out of Africa. Once it was a black world. And I will show you mine. Now, here are my ancestry results. Now, as you can see, if we were Native Americans, then it would clearly show, especially as far as our recent ancestors. There's Native American in my bloodline, but it's a small percentage because it just decreased throughout the years with each parent. Each of us, we take 50% of our DNA from each of our parents. So whatever Native American ancestry that was there, their DNA that was there, decreased throughout the years. Mine goes way, way back to I think like the 1700s. So fast forward to now, it's like a really like a small, like less than 1% that's in me. And so as you can see with my friend, his Native American pops up as of recent. Because again, essentially Mexicans are Native Americans. Now they have Spain and Europe and all this other stuff because again, Europe had invaded into the Americas and of course they intermixed just like the Europeans intermixed with the Africans, which is why you have present day African Americans, which high percentage of European blood. Same thing with Native Americans. And this is what you have today. So Kanye West is wrong. Completely 100% wrong.
100% wrong. 100%, huh?
100%.
I like
Well,
how you
we got a special room at the hospital for him.
That's not biased. I made a video with me and my Mexican friend, and I narrated it. That's not biased at all. That's not biased at all. Fuck out of here, third.
How's it biased?
You ain't exempt either, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
How's it biased?
Nigga.
How you gonna get mad at me for calling people nigga and then you calling everybody a nigga?
We going on the same concept. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Go ahead. Explain your point.
What does it matter?
It doesn't matter, honestly.
I'm curious now.
I just think Kanye is a racist because he's stupid. He's racist. He's
just
ignorant. He's uneducated.
How must be racist, sir?
He's
all
just
the stuff that he says about the
individual.
Jewish people, like they're building the hospitals. Like Kanye says a lot of dumb shit. There's some truth, but like I said before, with every lie, there's some truth. But he lies all the fucking time. So he may say one little smart thing in that whole thing, and everything else is a big fucking lie.
Look, I'm not a Kanye advocate. I just asking the questions.
No, I know, but he says a lot of crazy stuff.
Outlandish.
Yeah, I got to rephrase. That's not Melvin's friend. That's your friend.
I mean, follow what you want. I stand 10 toes down. Right. Y'all come for me. Be ready.
Damn. You can stand 10 toes down in the wrong direction. That's fine.
You know
what's up, Tanisha?
10 toes down in the wrong direction. That's all it is.
But dang, I like the comparison though of the DNA. I'm gonna go back and look at my DNA and see what my percentage is. Because
mine is 79% African.
You're lying.
At 30,
no, go ahead, Tisha. What were you saying before you
go
off?
My research, I did notice that the Native American in my family was like way back to where when they finally came to me, I don't even remember seeing it on my list, to be honest with you. So I'm gonna go back and look and check that out because that triggered my interest. So I thank you for sharing that because I'm gonna go back and look.
Nah, I mean, because
so if D were to actually do her DNA, the Native American is actually going to show up prevalent in her DNA. Because yes, if anybody who's Native American on here is D, and then it goes to Mr. Melvin.
Look at D face, like what? What you mean?
Because D, I'm going to put D's business out, but she's have these have black, these have Mexican.
I have a family tree that goes back to the 1800s.
You want to tell these people this?
I don't care.
Okay,
I'm gonna tell you guys.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you guys because I'm gonna tell you what my grandfather's, what my great grandfather told me. Shut up, Marquez. So, of course, my family, there's a lot of different races in the family, but he did say that when the narrator of history is who changes how we look at what it is. He was talking about Native Americans. He was talking about Indians. And he did say, which we learned this too about the doll's role and all of that, how the blood in Native Americans that they're now testing as Native Americans was not the Black people. They signed the Black people off and started signing the dogs rolls, getting put on as Indians to get all of the resources that they were having for the Indians.
That's why she's the queen.
But I'm saying it because we look at it like, oh no, the Native Americans this, our Native Americans is that. Or I do not consider myself Indian. I do consider myself Black, African American, some few other things, but I'm Black. I'm Black.
Stick to the story.
I'm Black. Shut up. But that's why a lot of these tests, modern day, say these different things. Yes, it's going to say that everyone who does a DNA test is going to have some percent of Africa in them, period. Regardless of where your family lived, lives, will live. I'm gonna drop that.
She actually got photo evidence of,
I'm gonna share it with
like
you.
200 years of her ancestry. Like
they are really, they are like so big on it. Like this is my dad's side of the family, my Caldwell.
So, so with Greg and I's family, you know, it was always told to us, and this is the thing about oral tradition. So again, we were always told that, at least from my grandmother, you know, God rest her soul, was that there was Native American in her blood. That we're Native Americans, we're Indians, we're this and we're that. Even was it like Choctaw or Creek, you know? But upon doing my research, you know, come to find out, actually, we have a family historian. And so what happens a lot of times is when one of our eldest ancestors, who was born in 1808, actually moved from Virginia or migrated to Virginia and integrated in with the Native Americans there. So again, so he bought land, he bought property, he bought his wife out of slavery, and he had owned land in Alabama. So a lot of times what had happened was a lot of African Americans or a lot of Black people were integrating in with the natives, especially to escape slavery. Some Native Americans owned slaves, and then at the same time, some were actually slaves themselves. You know, so again, so a lot of times there's this myth of, okay, well, I got Indian in my blood. I got Indian. When 9 times out of 10, it's white. You're European, because of the simple fact that Europeans were over here sleeping with the Black women and creating mixed race children, the long silky hair, the high cheekbones.
That's true.
So again, so a lot of the Native,
white people have high cheekbones?
So again, so the Native Americans.
But I'm looking at Kendra's. No, I'm looking at Kendra's comment because this is true. Like my family in Mississippi, they have Indian. It's not white. It's not. They are Indian. When they took that test, it did not show Native American in their blood.
So
why do you think?
So toothpicking that. So the reason why, again, so it depends on the type of test that you take, because with ancestry, it's only going to go back so far. No, like I told you before, if you're taking one person here, this child is taking 50% from this parent, 50% from this parent. So let's just say for the sake of arguing that you have 100% Native American right here, and you have this 100% African. So when they have this child, they're taking that, it's 50%, and they're taking 50%. So then when that child has another child, especially if they're not keeping it within the Native American line, it decreases and decreases and decreases. So we're talking about the times when Blacks actually entered into this land, which was 1619, which they actually have records of that too. So again, so if you have the intermixing that goes on with that, then it's going to decrease from 1600s all the way down to the 2000s. So there's a possibility. So it's not saying that it's not there. It's just a matter of how far along it is.
Sir, can I listen? We're not talking to you right now. Yeah, we done with you.
The back of the bus is getting ready to speak.
No, because I'm not mad. We got to talk about this from a realistic standpoint. We keep talking about Ancestry.com and all this shit that came out, and I participated in it. So I think I'm the progenitor of everything Black, because I got more Black than anybody on the panel. Am I lying? Based off results, off the statistics and the test that I took,
I'm 79%.
I'm more Black than Third. I'm more Black than Melvin.
I'm 79%.
No, we're talking statistics now. Don't shut that shit up.
What percentage are you though?
Shut that shit up, cuz
what's your percentage though?
He's 80-some%.
I did the test.
No, he's 80-some%.
Yeah,
okay, well,
yeah,
like 88%.
I'm 79%. 10%. Come on now. I'm first generation. My family's from Panama. We're not even close.
All right, but go ahead. What were you saying, Chris?
No, look, I'm not trying to be facetious. I'm just saying, as the leader of the Black Revolt on this podcast, you know what I'm saying?
Negro Nation, as the leader of Negro Nation.
Okay, Kuta. Come on, Kuta.
The Black Revolt in me, you know what I'm saying? Like the Queen was saying, you can't take history and then say, well, it didn't count because it's not in the book. If your example was 50 and 50, then we break it down, and we break it down, and we break it down. We just gonna ignore the Olmec culture that was here in the Americas before Columbus ever got here.
But there wasn't a large percentage of that.
Are we gonna ignore the Seminole tribes that, you know what I'm saying, created the Dawes Rolls? Because that's the whole reason why the Dawes Rolls was created, because the Seminoles was over here fucking up the U.S. Army, and they couldn't go into them swamps and capture them black people that they said was slaves that was mixed in with Indians and you know, them Indians that participated in that process. So are we just going to ignore all of that too? And then when you create the Dawes Rolls, you excluded everybody who looked like me and said, nah, you can't be Indian because you a slave and you look like the rest of the slaves. So now you can't be Indian either. But you know, my cousin Jethro, he can pay $5 to get on this roll and be considered Indian, which further waters down the bloodline. And then now we're using this same bloodline to say that you niggas ain't Indian. Is that what we going with?
Okay, so does DNA lie? So we're just excluding estimates.
We're excluding what?
Excluding the numbers because they're estimates.
According to OJ, no.
No, we did. All right, excluding
I got the bail out.
Costume change.
I got the bail out, cuz. Okay.
That bullshit jacket on.
All right, brother Greg.
Y'all stay up. Merry Christmas. Happy holiday.
Enjoy your Christmas.
Now these Negroes shouldn't be celebrating Christmas.
We appreciate all your Native Americanness. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, man. So excluding the estimates, does DNA lie?
No.
But your example of how DNA is used in the process of testing, right? You said 50% and 50%. So if we allow 50% of the people to be excluded, and now we use white people, hence $5 Indians, use their DNA to create Indians. Come on, bro. Like you can't.
So if you were to take a DNA test, so if you were to take a DNA test right now to show whether your child is yours, I'm asking you, is it going to lie? Is it going to say something other than your child is yours?
What is the sample base? That's two people. We're talking about generations of individuals.
You asked me a question. Can you answer my question, please?
If I muddy the waters,
can you answer my question, please?
Come on, bro. We're not doing that.
No. Can you answer my question? Is DNA going to show? No. But go ahead. Does DNA show that your child is going to be yours? Is it going to show a blood link?
Two people. It's between me and the mother. That's it.
Yes. Okay.
We're
so I'm saying that. So
700 years of motherfuckers.
So you said yes. You said yes.
Okay. Let's be biased in our diagnosis. Come on.
No. I'm not. You just answered my question.
Okay.
So, but where are your Native American cousins?
Where are yours?
Yeah, but I'm saying, but you know, if you're identifying as Native American, where your Native American relatives?
Bro, you can't ask me something like that. Where are your Native?
No. So I'm saying, so if you're Native American, where's your Native American cousins?
I'm saying that the genealogy that we're using to test this basis is flawed. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying is it's flawed. Based off of your logic, if 50% of the mother and 50% of the father is used to create that, and then by 3 generations down, we say, hey, you might not be my cousin, but because you got $5, you can come in and be Indian now too and pervert the bloodline, then create a whole nother DNA strand based off of that.
All I know,
Charles Rose did that because we excluded the black people that were considered Indian, and we let white people pay $5 to become Indian.
All I know is that
bloodline, and then you tell me I'm not Indian.
All I know is that I can find. All I know is I can find African cousins right now.
Oh my goodness, bro! Bro, come on.
No, I'm dead serious. I found.
There's documentation to prove my point.
I found African relatives who share my DNA.
Right.
So
I'm not negating that. The reason why you won't find indigenous people that share your DNA is because the DNA was perverted. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that we not all Indians. I'm not gonna say I'm Indian, even though my father's mother lives on a reservation. I don't consider myself Indian. You know what I'm saying? My DNA came back and didn't say shit about India. And my mother, my grandmother is on a reservation right now. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not bringing that into the argument because I know the DNA is perverted, sir. And you can't say that the perversion of the DNA doesn't play a factor into why people think this, but can't prove it. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think. I agree with Third on this one. DNA can't be changed.
You're not black either. I don't care what y'all think. I'm the blackest person here.
So
based on the DNA. Are we going to argue that? Am I the blackest person here?
You are the blackest person on here, but you're the wrongest person right now.
Am I the blackest person here based on the DNA?
You are, but you're also the wrongest person right now. You're the wrongest person right now. You black and wrong right now.
You are black and wrong.
You are black and wrong. That's all that means.
You're
the black and mild.
Black and mild person here and the wrongest person.
You don't get a deciding factor because I'm the blackest, right?
No, it doesn't work that way.
Logic we use.
I think what Third's saying is if DNA is DNA. You can't, no matter if society tries to change the DNA structure, if it's added.
Where do you take the samples from, Melvin?
DNA.
From what samples? People have to participate in these samples, right, Mr. Statistics?
They do.
People got to participate, right?
Yeah, they do. So, and sometimes you're not willing to. What do you think they do when people die? They use their samples. People from back in the day, they didn't have to ask your permission to sample your DNA. They didn't.
They got folks testing mummies right now. This is what they got archaeologists sitting up here finding fossils and things like that.
That's my point. For those things that go back hundreds of years.
So I guess science is a lie.
No, it ain't. Numbers don't lie.
I'm not saying science is a lie. What are we arguing here?
I don't know.
I'm trying to figure it the funk out.
Me too.
All I'm saying as the foreseeing black person on the panel is that the DNA can be perverted. Are we not going to agree with that?
No, we agree with that.
I don't agree with that.
In the Americas.
I agree that
when the genealogy not been perverted in the Americas.
So
I think what you're saying is the classification can be perverted, but the DNA itself can't be. Like writing it down and the methodology behind what classifies if you're Black, Native American, or whatever race can be perverted, but the DNA structures and that itself, if it looks like this, then that is a Black marker. That's a Black genetic marker. No matter how you do it, that will be a Black genetic marker. And if you have this genetic marker, it's going to mean that you had some historical evidence of being a Native American or a Neanderthal.
Reese's DNA. Is Reese's DNA different from the DNA?
So Kendra, again, like in Queen, I agree with you. I have two friends who actually did an ancestry test. One actually showed like 0 on ancestry DNA, but because that their relative is actually found on that same DAWS list, that they actually were qualified to actually receive benefits as far as being Native American, being recognized. Now I have another friend who is actually Native American. It showed up on her DNA Also, she has proof of her family lineage being a part of this actual territory. And so she gets recognized and she gets benefits from it too. So again, so it could be a thing again where I'm saying even when there could definitely be Native American, as far as even with mine says it's at a real small percent, but in my aunts on my mom's side, it shows up. You get what I'm saying? So where the perversion where he's talking about where he's getting it mixed in is not necessarily DNA. It's actually now that certain Europeans only recognize certain Native American tribes. They only recognize a certain amount for you to actually get benefits to get recognized as Native American.
Yeah, not the genetic marker itself.
Right. So you can have like, let's just say you have 100% Native American in you, but if you're not recognized by the US by these specific Native American tribes, then you're not going to get qualified for those benefits. But that's where the perversion comes in. But as far as DNA, you'll be able to find your family based off your DNA. If we're excluding the estimates of that crap, you'll be able to find your family off of DNA. People who share the same DNA as you. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
We'll just agree to disagree. No worries.
I mean, you can't manipulate that. If I'm related to you, Quez, it's going to show that I'm related to you. Okay. Just like you found out that you share DNA with what's his name, Antoine Fisher.
Oh shit! That's dope.
Nigga said Tupac. Shut up, Melvin.
Look like
so he's a fourth cousin. He's a fourth cousin. This again. So if you're talking about manipulation, did Quez go in and okay, well, shit, I want to be related to Antoine Fisher. Let me go ahead and manipulate this and let me. Nah, he did a test. He spit his DNA, and Antoine Fisher did a DNA, and boom, they found out that they are fourth cousins because again, DNA does not lie. There's a familial link to that.
But that is my point. It has to be from the participants of the study. Now, if we're not taking into account everybody that should participate, then you have a flawed system. And once you alleviate people that can participate, hence the dolls rolls and the time thereof, then you fuck up the goddamn study. If you say we're going to do a study, but you niggas can't participate and we're going to create Indians, and then now that the U.S. government has recognized Indians and these are the only Indians we representing, then of course the sample is going to be biased. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm Indian. I'm not agreeing with Kanye. I'm not saying any of that. But what I do want y'all to recognize is that there are flaws in this system, and you can't take Ancestry.com as the governing practice because Ancestry.com doesn't go all the way back to the Phoenician era or whatever era that you want to start from and collect samples from there.
Right.
The samples are being perverted further and further and further down the line. That's all I'm saying.
But some DNA genetic markers like can be pulled from Lucy in Africa or Ethiopia.
Thank you.
Okay.
And that
he's
is
black and wrong, and I do not like him. I don't even like black people. You're disqualified from the black race. I'm out of here.
How are you going to disqualify me and I'm blacker than you? You know what I'm saying? You can't do that, sir. Get your ass back on
and
here.
He's the host of the podcast. How he kick
himself
out?
Like you just gonna leave and you the host. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about it. I'll bring him back because I'm black enough to do that. You know what I'm saying? Welcome back, sir. Welcome back. We appreciate you.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Why are you over there laughing?
What was your percentage
Don't
again?
play with me. You know what I mean?
98%.
We gonna agree to disagree throughout this whole conversation.
He was 98%.
Yeah, 98% full of shit. That's what he is.
No, don't be mad because I'm black to you, bro. You eat KFC. That's how I know you're not black.
No, he 88. He said 88.
Wes is like 85, 88%. He's like a high 80.
I'm 83.
I'm blacker than everybody on here. That's what I'm saying.
You had a lot of melanin.
No, I'm just the test says I'm blacker.
He's blacker than black licorice. That's his DNA.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Mine's
Don't be mad at me. Now we gonna pervert my results because you don't agree with them.
Yeah,
that's how history is made.
Yeah,
now, you can beat me up on screen and get me out the way. That would be your story. It would be his story. But since you can't,
story.
You know what I'm saying? It's not your story, sir. It's not your story, sir. You didn't win this war because I still got documentation that you made me go take for the very purpose of proving that I'm blacker than you. You did this to yourself. You should be mad at you because I wasn't even thinking about that shit. You made me do this shit.
He made all of us take
and I'm
it.
blacker than you. That's your
He made
fault.
all of us take it.
Take some.
All of us took it.
Bird's word of the day is
He made all of
accountability.
us take
You know what
it.
I'm saying?
I
Take
think he
some
worked for
accountability.
Ancestry.
I know. He
Your
was
man
getting a
work for
cut out of it.
Ancestry.
Getting a cut out of
What?
it.
He got a cut
And when
off
they
of
dig
him.
up your DNA, Tisha, they're gonna find you full of leaves. Plants are gonna be full of shit. You're gonna be full of leaves. How about that?
83%
Oh, the
black.
teacher.
I'm right on the quest, so I'm the
Oh,
next
the
head Negro in card. So you better
She's
watch
gonna be
your
full of
mouth.
grass and ass. How about that? That's her new restaurant, grass and ass.
I'm black
I'm
than
not
you.
fucking with y'all, man. Hey, for the sake of disagreement, man, I gotta talk to the people that fuck
Tisha about to
with me.
be green. I don't give a fuck.
I don't care. I'll be a healthy green. I will be a healthy
I didn't want to
green.
take it because I didn't want people to have my
Don't care.
Sorry,
care.
Shauna, you walked in on some ratchetness. This is just the after hours after party. We're a lot more civilized than the normal.
No, we not.
No,
Are we? Are we really?
no, no.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
What are your 3 cents, Shauna? You're the guest. You go ahead.
There was so much said. There were so many words.
Yeah, 8 different conversations. Shauna, what you think?
I think change the topic. That's what I think. It's you know, there's I can't even see the name. I don't have my glasses on, but is it Greg or I'm sorry, brother. Super black man. There's his Marquez. Thank you, Marquez. And Greg was the other guy. Okay, so Marquez, he had his thought process. I didn't agree with it, but hey, you know, who am I to knock what he says? I tend to believe that DNA is DNA. But you know, I also am not a scientist, so I can't really speak on that. So I was just letting y'all do your thing. But I have to
I
tend
respect
to
that.
agree with Third and is it Melvin? Left black man, yeah.
Yeah, right here.
Oh, he's
79, 78%.
Melvin's actually more black than me. He's like 79 and
79, yeah, 79%. 79 and 88%, yeah.
Well, because his recent ancestors, like if you dig back, you know, they're gonna come. You're gonna Africa because he's Panamanian. So
yeah,
you know, my ancestors
generation
have been in the
American.
Americas for a little longer than his.
Yeah,
D, do you have any closing thoughts on this one before we go to the next one?
Well, I'm 91%. Man, I'm gonna have to say, and I'm gonna try to say that I do agree with Quest, though. I hate to say that, but
you're 91% what?
I'm
Light skin,
91% black.
You are not.
That's what mine
You
said.
ain't blacker than me.
Your daddy Mexican. Your daddy Mexican, your mama black. So you eat barbecue ribs one day, and then the next day you have carne asada. So
That's what it said. 91%.
there's barbecue beans and refried beans. You know, you like both. It's all good.
Bro,
I
you
eat
ain't
them all.
shit. Leave her alone, man.
I eat them all.
It's all good. All right, moving on. This will be the last topic because then I really got to pee.
Hey, look, we already have 2.5 hours, man. We do this every time.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
But we have a good time, and I appreciate y'all.
I just had to excuse myself because the wine was catching up with my bladder. That's why I was out.
Well, I got to go relieve myself too in a minute. But so the next topic that we're talking about is women proposing to men. I want to get everybody's thoughts. This shouldn't really take too long because I think it's some sucker ass shit. But you know, I will play this clip. It's the clip that has been resurfaced, and here you go.
When they get him to me, this is his daughter. She said yeah. His mom said yeah. His sister said yeah.
put him in the spot.
Made my stomach hurt.
Right.
It
Like,
looked-
did he say yes? He put up his pimp pinky ring.
Yeah, it looked.
That's
It
why
looked
I
like he
said
got.
she wasn't asking you to be his pimp. She was asking you to be her husband. Put that pinky ring down.
She was mad
his
like she
reaction.
paid for everything, forced him out there.
His reaction was like he got served court paperwork. Like
She
I was like, what?
Everybody outfit, paid for the whole thing.
Yeah, I was like, what is going on? His reaction wasn't like
subpoena to be there, huh?
Yeah, he was like,
Nah,
got
but
you, we
his
found
whole
you.
reaction. So was that real or was it staged? Because this nigga was over here clutching his pearls, like like.
No,
he was
embarrassing. That's embarrassing.
I don't know if it was real or
all
fake,
his
but I
other
have
girlfriends
seen.
seen this.
I don't know if he's. It looked like he was crying. I don't know, like.
I would cry, man. That's just ridiculous.
Then you got somebody back there. She set the bar.
You said what?
It was somebody who she set the bar. Ooh, whoever was recording it, like
set the bar for what?
I'm sorry.
I think you can do whatever you want in your relationship, but like why certain traditions are the way they are. You can always change it up, but then do it differently. You don't have to get on one knee as that. Like that's tradition for a guy for a reason. Is get on one knee. If you're gonna propose, just propose. Like, but that was just too much for me. I was getting uneasy.
I was embarrassed for her.
Cringe. It was just so cringe.
I was too.
I was embarrassed for her.
Like I thought he was gonna say no. I was like, oh shit.
I mean, what?
But it was he was on the spot.
He basically
told her no today, or whatever.
Yeah.
He gave her the wrong hand with the pinky ring. He said,
yeah.
He was like, you taking my
said, yeah, I'll be
he
your
gave
pimp.
right hand with the pinky ring. That was enough.
Yep. He was like, I will be your Ike Turner. Go ahead.
But for the fact is, like, if you have to go to that extreme to ask him to marry you, there are certain things where I agree we have to get updated with the times, but then there's still some things that I'm traditional. I believe that a man has to step to a woman to ask to marry. You know what I'm saying? Like, she went about it's this whole reversal of gender things, because she went to the mom, went to the sisters, went to this and asked for his hand in marriage. Like, and then he's sitting there like he doesn't have a penis. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I was embarrassed for that dude and for her. Like, it was just, if he hasn't asked you to marry for I don't know how long y'all been engaged, then there's a simple thing of him just not wanting to marry you.
But
you know
I
what I'm saying? Like,
I'm always against all those big elaborate proposals. I think they're so stupid.
And then it was the whole delivery. It seemed like
exactly.
Like you know that you're not his main girl. You know that he has other women.
You trying to lock him. You trying to lock him down.
Yeah.
Your daughter said yes. Your mama said yes. Your sister said, so you went and asked all these other motherfuckers for you talk to me.
And
I still said no.
And his daughter was like 20 years old. I'm like, your daughter old enough.
That's
like,
because she give all of them money. You take care of
right.
them. That's why they said
it was tax season.
She the one with the money. Yeah, marry her. Nah.
What'd you say, Miller? It was tax season.
It was tax season.
I guess next she's gonna impregnate him, right?
It could happen.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Well, he's what the internet calls a sassy man.
Together. That's what I'm saying.
He's a what?
He was a sassy.
You kind of Teddy Riley.
The internet calls him.
What is a sassy man?
A sassy man. It's a term being used now for men that for the type of man this one was, like sitting there and accepting the proposal, accepting things that women would normally accept. They want flowers, they want this, they want that. This is according to the internet, because I be on social media all the time. So
I just don't
we
get
should talk about. So
I think that he don't know what was going to happen. I don't think that he necessarily accepted it, but I don't think he wanted to embarrass her in that.
I think so too.
In that moment,
I was like, I wish we could go back a few days after this or a couple of weeks after this.
That's what I'm saying. I need an update
together.
Yeah,
I
need an update for sure.
Sassy man, I gotta look into that sassy man.
You done put it in your business.
So let me ask you ladies a question. So if you feel like your man wasn't moving fast enough in the proposal stages, the funk? All right, so if you feel like your man wasn't moving fast enough in the whole marriage thing or being asked to marry, how would you let him know, or would you take the steps of asking him to marry you like this lady did herself?
I go
I
on
have too much
Netflix.
pride.
Yeah,
I have
if
too much
they,
pride to do that. No, you have a conversation. Like, where are we going? What are we doing? Because why are we dating 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years? And I don't have a ring on my finger. I thought we were on the same page. But again, then as the woman, you get to wonder, why am I waiting around 10 years for a man who hasn't proposed to me? Does he not see my value? Does he not see my worth? And if that's the case, then I need to move along because I'm wasting time.
Yep.
Agreed.
men know what they want.
Yeah, it don't take that long. They know really quickly because men are simple.
Men know if they want to marry you. Men know if they want to be with you. I don't care what you say. It don't take that long to figure it out.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't want to get married again, but I got duped. No, I'm joking.
This nigga.
You know what,
Hold on a
Melvin?
sec. Hey, Melvin, hold
I
on a sec. Hey, D, so what are your thoughts?
I agree with her.
She laughed.
I mean, because I always tell them, you know, I ain't doing this like just living together, shacking up. You know, you got to go buy the milk. You ain't getting the cow. That's how I was raised. I'm gonna give you 2 years. If we living together, that's it. Otherwise, if we living in separate homes, and that's different. If you want to take your time, I might already slip away. But I'm saying, a man, I do believe that a man knows what he wants, and he ain't gonna sit around and keep waiting. You know, he don't want to mess up and lose nothing. So if you ask me to move in, that's how I can only prefer to my last, engagement is where he knew, okay, you got 2 years. After that, I got to go. I'm not shacking up like that.
Oh, you gave him a time limit up front.
Yeah, so I mean, we had a conversation about it. He said, "Well, how long would you wait?" And I said, "I could give it 2 years. I mean, what would be the purpose?"
And he waited to the deadline.
Like they kind of want, like they gotta be.
Shut up,
some men want to be certain type of financially stable. Some men want to have certain things like that. It all depends, but they know what they want. So you're gonna know before you move in. I would not, and I did before you move in. What are we doing? Like she said, what are we doing? Because this is what we're going to agree to. And I'm going to stick to that. That ain't going to change. Especially if we agree to it, we agree to it. No changing later like, well, babe, no. So I had my ring and everything, but it just
I didn't believe
other
in
issues.
Yeah, I think we're all on the general consensus that men know what the hell they want.
Yeah.
They do.
Word. So
And-
so the flipping and play advocate. So what would keep a man from wanting to marry a woman? Like, say if you guys have been together for a few years and things are seemingly going okay, what stops a man from wanting to move into the next level of marriage?
Commitment issues, immaturity, not knowing what they
Complexity.
want. Yep, exactly. All of it.
Some men don't want to go to that next level because they have that very old school mentality. I have to provide, I have to be this and that. But if they don't see themselves as that right in that moment, they don't want to take that. I have a friend that's kind of going through that right now where she just had a conversation with her man. And he was like, oh, well, I'm not able to provide this, that, and the other. Like, I want to lock you down, but I don't feel like I'm worthy. He feels like he doesn't feel worthy, and that's on him. But I think I don't know if that's a thing nowadays or more recent, especially with these younger guys. But I think for some of the older ones, more old school ones, that could be a thing.
Right.
I agree.
But also the lack of
Kendra said,
maturity.
"You're a man. Answer your own question."
That's the one right there.
Damn, she was talking
There
to
you
you,
go.
sir. She wasn't talking to the rest of us.
That's the one.
Your single ass.
Yeah.
First off, I'm not single, so we're gonna get that out the way.
Let that be known.
No, he Muhammad Ali.
That was the alley
You
oop,
file
bro.
taxes, what do you put
You
down?
slam
He
dunk
Muhammad
that shit.
Ali.
Well,
Eating
single because
Dutch with Muhammad
we're not
Ali.
living
That's
together.
fair.
So if that's the thing, but no, I'm in a relationship. So, and I'm in a new relationship. But at the end of the day, I mean, shit, I am the host. I do got to ask the fucking questions. You know what I mean? Like this shit
but
right
you the
here,
man,
boy.
too.
I tell you.
Goddamn question,
He ain't
man.
single.
Apple juice tonight.
Right, this nigga over here acting like Suge Knight and shit. You know what I mean? Like, you
Thirsty
ask your
out
own
there.
damn question, nigga. Like, okay, then you come host this bitch. Then I'm But so I don't know. I can't answer that because I don't have them type of problems. Like for me, if I knew from my ex-wife, I knew immediately, maybe like a month into it, that this is the one who I wanted to marry. And I wasn't going to sit up here, and I don't want to be the one that's going to waste time. I don't want to sit here like a year or 2 or 3 years, whatever, playing like, forever fiance. Part of me is because I am a sag, so I am impatient
What
to a
does that
certain extent.
mean?
Nigga, shut up, nigga.
I'm a stag. You ain't no
Melvin
goddamn
has changed his
stag.
jacket about 4 times. This is the
Right.
third
It's
jacket
the
he done put
same
on.
one.
Fucking
Call
cowgirls,
him Ray
nigga.
You
J.
guys need a wardrobe change. I'm like Beyonce in this bitch. I'm changing it up. You know?
Yeah, light skin like her too.
I'm gonna slide out the picture because
So for me, my whole thing is like, again, we as men, we know right away if it is a whole thing. If this is the one who we actually see potential in, and we're gonna move forward, I don't have no problem moving forward with something I see potential with. So again, I'm asking, in the perspective, like, why is it that certain men, if you've been with this woman for so long, I never been with a woman long enough to where I didn't want to marry her. I knew again from within like a few months or a month or so that I wanted to marry this woman. And at the same time, if I don't even see the potential, then I'm not going to get into a relationship with this woman. If it's just a physical thing, if we're just smashing, then that's what it's going to be. But if I feel that she has potential to be a wife, then yeah, I'm going to enter into a relationship. But I'm going to take my time and I'm going to get to know. But I'm not going to have her waiting for no 4 or 5 fucking years to get married.
Right.
I just wanted to waste somebody's time. That was it.
Some men don't think like that, and I mean that's why sometimes you got to ask that to some single men, because we women don't know why the hell it take them so long. Sometimes, I mean, so that you got to ask some of your single friends.
But see, the thing about it is, so I'm asking my homies, because again, we are men, so we converse with other men. We know single men. We know dudes who are sitting up there who will give girls the runaround. We know some dudes who are serious about their women. Like I wish Certified was here, because Certified is about his wife. But then I have some dudes who are still, like within they're well beyond their years of being out there, but they're still out there chasing the tail. So again, what is it about these dudes that don't want to necessarily commit, but you got some that actually do? So it's a question. We've been around dudes who are just of the different spectrum. So this is kind of like a thing where we're just getting like a general consensus of like, why do you think it is that men are pausing from actually stepping forward and making that commitment to their girls?
Commitment issues,
men.
immaturity, and job security, and they don't want to stop playing around. That's it. They want to get rid of all the side pieces.
Convenience. It's convenient. Being with somebody is
that's a good one.
Convenient.
That's a
and
good
you got a broad over here who's willing to wash your dirty drawers and feed you and give you that good when you feel like it.
Amen.
And she's not saying nothing. Oh,
Amen.
keep her running along until you find what you really want.
Yeah.
Bless up.
Balls don't work.
She got that amazing gawk. Oh my God. Yeah, why am I leaving her? I'll keep with her and waste her time until I find what I really want.
Hashtag waste her
and
time.
I've seen that in play, and I'm like, ooh, that's
seen
rough.
that too. I've seen it
We've
too.
seen that. That's rough. That's rough.
Any other questions from Suge, Nick Knights, or anybody? Anybody got anything else they want to say on this bitch?
Nah, I feel like I spoke enough tonight. You know what I'm saying? I don't cause no more disruption. You know what I'm saying? I will give women advice. The advice I always give on the podcast: quit trying to love the red flags out of people, and men know what the fuck they want. We're very simple. We're very simple creatures. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's not all that emotional and thought process shit that women do. Most men don't do it. We know. I'm being honest. We know. Like, we know when we get with somebody if this is wifey or not. Period. Point blank. Anybody playing with you is playing with your time because they know they can. Stop loving the red flags out of people. You know it's a red flag. Leave. Take some accountability. Quit bullshitting with your life, and make somebody earn their conversation and time with you.
Exactly.
For women.
That's
I'm
why
gonna
I don't date
piggyback. I agree 100% what you said, Quez. But I'm gonna talk to the fellas. Like, dudes, if you can't be real with yourself, you're not gonna be real with nobody else. So keep it 100 with yourself. if this is a woman who you just want to sleep with or whatever, ask yourself: is she have potential to move on to the next stage, or is someone who I'm just caught up in the moment with right now? If you just want to sleep with her, keep with a buck and let her know, like, look, this is not going to progress. This, and that, and then you can do your thing, whether she agrees to it, you know what I'm saying, or she's not. But I guarantee you're going to find a girl who might be on the same wavelength as you. What I will say is stop wasting these women's time to where they feel like they have to ask you to marry them, because that shit's embarrassing if they're flipping the whole role reversal of being the man that asks you to sit up there and spend the rest of their lives with. That's some weird ass shit to me. So again, just be honest with yourself. If you don't feel like you can commit, then don't commit. Stay single, date, have as many friends as you want, but stop leading on these women, or stop thinking that maybe they might have that potential to be a wife, so they can get on with their lives and find someone who's going to actually love them correctly and give them the children and family and the stability that they want. So yeah, you man the fuck up. If you don't want to be with her, then just don't have friends.
Yeah, I agree. Quez said I was Indian, so I'm eating corn. That's all I gotta say.
Fuck this dude here, man. Hate
That's
you,
all.
man.
That's all.
I literally hate you.
She didn't need that many blessings for that proposal either. that's the first thing I noticed. To get off his corn.
Man.
Guys, out of here.
All right, y'all.
I'm trying to get real.
Thank you for attending the after party, after hours. It got raw. We Melvin did like Christopher Columbus and put us in a boat and took us to a land far away beyond where we were supposed to go. You know, we got lost somewhere, but I think we brought it right back.
You know,
I don't even know if we fully came back.
I'm calling this the Pinta and the Santa Maria.
Shauna, I want to thank you for coming in with the ratchetness. Next Friday we'll be a little bit more civilized. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Civilized, you know what I'm saying? We'll be a little bit more. We're raw today. We just, we didn't give a funk today.
This was a free for all, sis. You know what I'm saying?
I like
we
it.
appreciate
I like it.
Hey, she brought some valid facts in, man.
Yeah.
We appreciate you.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
This was the free for all. Saturday is the free for all. You know what I'm saying? We showed up with all negativity. And, you know what I mean?
And all
we rolled around in the dirt.
Not ignorance.
Anybody got anything else to say before we log off?
Till midnight. You know we real out here. She'll never be up this late.
Tisha, D, y'all got anything to say before we head out of here?
Go buy the merch. That's it. Go buy that merch.
Happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, all of that stuff. Enjoy your holidays, people.
Happy holidays.
Yep.
D?
I'm good. Everybody have a safe Merry Christmas and your New Year. Make sure 2024 bring you more than what you did this year.
2024, I'm being a whore. Amen.
What's the difference between 2023?
2023 was all about me.
Right.
I hate him so get out of here. Get out of here, bro. Shut up.
We're gonna put your name in prayer box tomorrow at church.
Y'all pray for me. Y'all pray for
Girl,
me.
don't blow that church up.
Oh.
Dang.
Don't blow that church up.
All right, y'all. Well, it's been real. Y'all be safe. Y'all have a Merry Christmas, Merry Kwanzaa, and all that. You know what I'm saying? And happy. We'll see you before the new year come and all that good stuff. So I'm out. I gotta go use the restroom.
All right, later, guys.
What'd you say, Black or the Berry?
I said we got another show before New Year's. We'll be back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yep. Love,
that
peace,
came
and
from
chicken
your
grease.
favorite artist. You should appreciate me because he told you the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice, nigga.
You are the
darker
berry.
the flesh, the deeper the roots.
You are the berry.
How about that?
Love, peace, and chicken grease. I'm out.
Hey,
you
and if you slide me some grease, I'll give you a piece. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh. Who turned you all the way on tonight?
Man,
right.
Satan.
Oh, hell no.
All
right, y'all.
Uniform telling women.
I love you, Quiz.
Indians,
Love you,
nigga.
Tisha.
Love you too.
Thanks for having me.
Inkyard.net. Check out Quez and Sisters. Shout out the website.
Hey, yeah, Prana Styles, you know what I'm saying? Check out Third Degree, the merch, you know what I'm saying? We finna come out with some new merch for y'all.
Word to Big Bird.
Clips on the shirt. That's what we gonna do.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one. Stay up. Peace.
Good night, y'all.